Welcome back to another fun-filled show. I'm your host. He is Blanchard, aka Free Blanche, aka Blanstradamus, aka Blanchy Kruger. And today we have a special guest. We have the myth, the man, and the legend, Mr. Tommy Sotomayor. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, doing well, doing well.
Well, this went about because y'all all know that we had the conversation about Tommy, you and Carmen JC, and
Hmm.
Blanche and I were like, "Oh my God, we gotta go live to talk about this." Um, live, Blanche and I talk a lot of cultural issues, and so I was like, th- what is this whole thing? So we went live to talk about it, and then Tommy said, "Why are y'all not talking to me?" And so Blanche extended the invitation and be like, "Hey, we're willing to talk." So we're so grateful that you came to talk to us.
Oh, no problem. It's like I always feel like people will say things about me. It's like I'm this thing that people will discuss, but they won't ever just talk to me and get my opinion. Because I'm a big believer in if it's people I discuss, I'd love to be able to have them explain what it was I was discussing.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
Right.
we're glad that you came to talk. I mean, honestly, it's not that we didn't want to talk to you. I'm a fan of Tommy Sotomayor. When I first saw you, I actually got introduced to you when you had Travian Cuddy on your show. So that was like
Hmm.
what 2 years ago. You remember the
Yeah.
girl? Mhm.
Go ahead.
You remember the girl that Trump? She got arrested with Trump. She was like Kanye's West publicist.
Oh, I remember her. I remember her
Yeah,
from
I do. I
From
do. Yeah, I do.
Chicago. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I do. I have talked to so many people and been doing this for so long. I've been doing it since 2009, and I know this, most of what I had done or brought to the table had got glossed over or given to somebody else, as they call this dude named Kevin Samuels, the Godfather. And I'm thinking, oh, really? He's a Godfather, and he started doing this in 2020. In 2020, impressive. But
Well, I'm gonna
eh,
just give you flowers right now, Tommy, because you were the first person that I saw giving the raw, unadulterated truth on social media. No chaser, no cut, no nothing. And this was back in 2014, maybe, 2014, 2015. So
mhm.
before there was a Kevin Samuels, there was Thomas Sotomayor, and even in this space right here, how we're doing these platforms, you paid the way for that as well because like I said, you spoke unadulterated truth, and you paid the price for it too. You caught all the arrows, you got the demonetizations, stuff snatched down, and you really paid the way for us. So I want to give you your flowers right now and thank you for just sticking in there and still doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Well,
same.
well, thank you. A lot of people, a lot of people wish that I was dead. I know a lot of people have wished death upon me. They didn't think I just turned 50 a couple of months ago. They didn't think I would make it to 50. My daughter, when I started, she was a baby. She in college now. Got another one going to college this year. So I done got to be an old man, and I want to be a granddad, but I don't want to be one of them until I'm like 70. When I'm 70, they can have some kids when I'm too old. Uh, but
Yeah,
it's been a ride. It's been a ride. But I wanted to let you guys throw whatever you wanted to throw at me. I'd rather people get to know me, ask me what was going on with that Miss Carmen JC, because what she did to me was kind of dirty. She did a video. She had our video on her channel. Then she had a video where she went back to her audience and gave her version of what happened,
Mhm.
but took the video down where they could see it themselves. And I think that's there. Anytime you believe you did something right, there's no way you take it down, but then go have a whole 2 hours discussing what happened, but not let them see it.
yeah, yeah. I think that's a good place to start. And before I do that, I want to give you your flowers too because I first saw you when you were going off about Black people and how they needed slavery to get them to be. And I was like, who is this guy? I am a 2020 conservative. So I still look at myself as fairly new. And I think a lot of these new 2020, I call them 2024 conservatives coming out here and just jumping out there like Carmen JC, being new and not really understanding that it's easy for us now, like because of people like you. Like, so when you, before we get into that specific situation, I mean, like, how do you feel about these new conservatives that are just kind of coming, they popping up everywhere, and they're not really conservative. They don't really know what they believe. They seen a Trump, a black girl wearing a Trump hat, and then they just kind of jumped on the Trump train. What do you think about those people?
I'll be honest, most of the blacks that I see on social media claiming that they're conservatives, they're not. They're trying to get money off of a grift. It's not a real movement. It's not. Because if they were really what they were about, they would be living it already. There is no way, no offense, that this 35-year-old unmarried woman is now all of a sudden trying to talk like Candace Owens, just trying to be Candace Owens light, and having just repeating the same talking points they heard somewhere else. I watch and I listen, and it get on my nerve. It's the same thing that happened with the Manosphere. It was a bunch of niggas who saw a man talking about women, couldn't believe he talked about women like that, and they wanted to do the same thing. First they said it wasn't no real money in YouTube. Then they started telling them Social Blade, this nigga making this much money. Next thing you know, everybody had a mic. Everybody had a show. They used to tell me, that's not a show. You do YouTube. Now everybody got a mic. Everybody got a show, and niggas ain't went to school for it. Niggas ain't got nobody in their high school like them. Nobody, they never went to college. Nothing. Like they can't, none of these people who come out doing all this talking, why is it that none of them can show you how people in their high school used to listen to them, how they used to run things, how everybody, no, they got these new voices because the internet allows everybody to be whatever they want to be. Anton Daniels gets to be a new guy when he comes to the internet. They found out with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels came on there and told y'all he literally repeated what I was. I have a degree. I have a degree, and I used to work in IT. He literally told my story. Became me.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Blanche actually put me on to that. He was like, "You came out before Kevin." I didn't know that. Wow.
As a matter of fact, his phone call of where he said when he said the thing that made him big, when he said you're not why am I drawing a blank? Oh man, when he just said you're average at best, he just redid the phone call that I did on my show. It was a redoing of a phone call. It was he acted it out. So it wasn't an actual phone call. It was a phone call that happened on my show. He just redid it. I showed people the other day, I showed him all the messages he used to send me talking about he wanted to dress me up. And this was 2019. He was saying he wanted to dress me up. He wasn't even doing what I was doing.
Are you serious?
Yes. Talking about how he was a huge fan. Yes. He had been a fan. He used to call in the show all the time.
He never gave, he never paid homage though.
Well, they said when he first started, he would. See, they all do it. They will all say my name to get big. Just like how Tommy say, they'll do that when ain't nobody watching them. Gotcha. Once somebody starts watching them, they will then stop doing that. Okay. Then I'll become their adversary because they have to break away from me because people will start saying, you sound like Tommy. Tommy say the same thing. So they get mad. So people start fighting against that. So it becomes screw them. And then I still remember he would take a lot of stuff that I had said. And one time I called him out on it. And he did a show and tried to be funny and repeated it when I used to do a song called Make 'Em Mad, when I was saying they would donate to me on Cash App and it would make them mad. So I would sing a song and go, make 'em mad, make 'em mad, make 'em want to go kick my black ass, donate some money. So he sang that on his shows. And I was like, you son of a bitch. But people can do that. It's like comedians when they get bigger. If they get bigger than you, even if they stole your joke, you sound like you hate it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's
I'm gonna say this. Can I say this real quick? Mm-hmm. So Tommy, since I've watched him, has been the same, right? These other people, like Kevin Samuels, I saw him when he first started. He morphed into a whole different person. He was like Kevin, then he became Kevin Samuels. So when I see these people and like Anton Daniels, these people start out as something, then they become something on the internet, Whereas you have literally always been the same, and that's what I respect. I don't respect. We were talking about Trump the other day, how Trump has been the same since as far as we can go back. He's been the same person, and so I just think these new people, if you go back and watch them, you'll see they took on a whole different persona with this swag and all that. I'm like, that's not really you, because like you said, who were you in high school? Who knew you? So again, yeah, I feel you, Tommy. I do.
Yeah, it's so crazy because I didn't know that. So I'm grateful to know that. I went before we went live with you. I went on your page and I saw even just some of the terminology. We cooked Corey Holcomb a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the whole situation with Anton Daniels. But I saw that you even started the whole hair hat thing. I didn't know that.
That was mine. Hair hat and hooligan. Don't make them go and act a motherfucking fool again.
No, Tommy. That T1000. Listen, Tommy. That Terminator music. Listen, when that show would come on, and that Terminator music would come, man, you used to have me cry, dude.
I mean, like it was classics I created. If you think about it, it was classics I created. But you had people stealing it. Somebody showed me the guy yesterday on Facebook. When I used to do the song by 112, and I would play it whenever somebody would do something stupid, and I would go, "Stupid motherfucker, but you don't know, cause all you do is straight lie, stupid." You know, this nigga sit there and saying that shit, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's funny, that's funny." And I was like, "Really?" And it was a nigga that used to listen to me all the time. And I said, boy, when they think you dead or they just, I guess that's what life is, steal your shit. And I get it. And somebody said, oh, you ought to take it as people are paying homage. I said, no, people are paying homage when you see Michael Jordan, when they asked him who was the best NBA player of all time. And he said, then they asked him or LeBron. And he said it'd be unfair for him to say that. And he started naming all the people who came before him that he learned from.
Right.
That's paying homage, not acting like you invented the wheel.
Yeah. So naturally you were annoyed by Carmen JC. I gotta be honest with you, Tommy. I felt like you was a little mean. I really did. And I didn't mean to disrespect you by saying you crashing out. That's just how me and Blanche just be like talking. I would never say that to you to your face because I have too much respect for you.
Well, what does it mean though? What does crashing out mean? Because I know I know the one thing I learned about us as Black people is whatever word we start using, we gonna kill that word. Whatever it is, we gonna clock it. We'll kill y'all. And then when it come to Black women and stealing gay dudes' words, y'all will destroy them words. So whenever I hear somebody say crash out, that's just like somebody saying D-riding, because you ain't D-riding the guy that you like. But if I like a guy that you don't like, then you D-riding him. And I'm sitting up here thinking, so what does these words mean? What did it mean I crashed out?
Okay, so it's I have a 16-year-old. So he uses all these young words, and I'm around him and his friends. So they started using this when you get like real mad. They be like, you crashing out. Or like if you get real upset or real emotional, they be like, oh, you crashing out. So that's what I meant by that. But it's disrespectful to say. I would never say that to you. Like, oh, well, why'd you crash out? So when I said that, I didn't mean that. But I do feel like you was a little mean. You were mean to her.
Well, you got to think about it. Well, you got to think about it when you say, you got to think about it. Whenever someone says, well, I would never say that to your face. It's been like, what is it? There's a movie I was watching the other night. And this dude was talking stuff about this dude saying he wasn't going to pay him. If I saw him, I'm going to tell him. I'll never pay him. And then the dude walked out from the back. And he's like, oh, my God, done so-and-so. I would never say this thing. And I'm like, then why the fuck did you say it? Like, I would never say something that if this person could see it. And that's the thing about the internet. Everybody I've ever talked about, whatever I said about them, if they said, I saw your video. Yep, that's what I thought about it. You did this. That's what I thought. I'm not going to turn around and say, I never. No, I would never say to you. I would like if I'm having a conversation with you. If I was like, this stupid bitch here did so and so. If you ask me, did I mean stupid bitch? Yes, I did. But I'm not going to say this to you as we're trying to have a discussion because I understand you do have a name now. I'm going to use that name. But in that person in that video was a stupid bitch. If we want to go back to that bit, if you want to go back to being the person in the video, that's a stupid bitch in that video. But right now, your name Kelly or Mike. So what I mean by it is like the whole crash out. If you've ever watched me, I have the same tone. If you say something stupid, I do act the same. That's why people like watching my ethers. How were my ethers? Apparently crash outs.
Okay.
So
And
hold on. I don't think she meant crash out in a literal sense. I think she was just saying that you were going hard on Carmen JC. But again, I understand because I think I understood your point. And it's hard talking to people who just won't come out and say what it is. And you were trying to get her to say what it is. And like I told Crystal, the real issue is when they take that hair hat off and it's that tennis ball underneath there, they don't want to go out with that tennis ball. So guess what they do? They cover it up. They don't. What it is, they don't like their natural hair. That's just it. They don't like it. And it's hard to say you a queen and you a goddess, but you don't like your natural hair. So it's a big contradiction. It's a hypocrisy. It's everything. And so black women just don't want to admit we don't like our natural hair. When we go outside, we want to look a certain way. And the natural way ain't the way.
And see, here's the thing, though. Like, people didn't understand. The reason I got mad at her, I'll tell my daughter this. I tell my girl this. I tell my mama this. I'll tell my friend this. The one thing I hate to be is lied on. Because one thing I noticed is when I was younger, well, we barely had telephones. You had to have some quarters to be able to make a phone call. So you wanted to lie on somebody, you kind of had to lie around them. And then they would get back to them and they were going to see you. The internet has proliferated lies. That's why niggas is just making up stuff all the time on YouTube channels and all the times on tweets. They just make up lies. So I'm sitting here with this woman and I talk about black women, and when we talk about crashing out, I talk about how the majority of black men are in jail due to a black woman put them there. We don't want to talk about that. It is very easy for a black woman to lie on a man. Look at Travis Rudolph case. Look at Brian Banks case. Why we always talking about a white woman lie on a black man, but we don't talk about every day a black man has been lied on by a black woman. So this black woman who's supposed to be a conservative, who talks about everybody else, got put in a corner and started lying on me. First off, she told me I didn't tell her what the title of the show was. I then showed everybody it's right there. Well, I didn't read it. So how you go from first saying I didn't tell you what it was, but I can show you the messages in which I told you. Then she started saying while live on the show, I ambushed her. That's like me saying y'all ambushed me. If y'all told me, well, we're just going to talk about what happened in that situation, and then whatever comes from after that, we'll just talk about it. This isn't scripted. Y'all didn't tell me a script of what we're going to talk about. So I might say something right now that intrigues you, red pill brown girl, and you might start drilling down on it. Isn't that how you get to know people?
Yeah.
Even when you said, well, you stayed on that part of the conversation too long. And I responded back to you. I said, I talked to her for 30 minutes before I got on that conversation. Funny, you didn't say not one word about it. You didn't mention them 30 minutes in which I didn't talk about that. So well, if I have to service an audience, I'm saying if I have to service an audience, imagine if the first 30 minutes a damn person came and wanted to question that or wonder about that or was even interested in that. But the part that everybody making videos about, you tell me you was on that too long. Well, apparently that's what y'all wanted to hear, or you wouldn't have made a video about it. Isn't that the purpose of making the videos so people will watch them?
So we got a guest coming up right now. April Chapman's coming up. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Hey, you guys.
Hey,
what's up,
April? I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm just now joining the discussion. Tommy, it's so good to meet you. How are you today?
I'm feeling ambushed.
Really? Oh no. We don't want you to feel ambushed.
I don't play them games. I'd come to talk I'm not new to talking or backing up my point, so this stuff never
Right.
bothers me. I'm just being funny.
Yeah, we thought it
Right.
was real cool to have someone who wears their hair natural and someone who wears the weave. And I'm okay if you guys ambush me. I will say this, Tommy, is that you were climbing. So when you talked to her for 30 minutes, I did watch that 30-minute conversation, and I feel like you were trying to get to know her. And then I believe that there was a couple of trigger points that a couple of little jabs, and I think that you just kind of you lost it when she went into the, well, why'd you put your kid in a school with all white people then? I think that was just
Well,
like,
I tried to answer her. If you're gonna make a statement like that, let me answer it.
Right.
I didn't have a problem. I tried to answer her. But what she did was try to play gotcha, so let me just keep talking past you. And I'm like, hold on, lady. You don't sit up here and tell no damn lie to people and then keep on moving past it. That's not a got you moment. Idiot, I live in Atlanta. What all white school in Atlanta, dummy?
Welcome to the A. Hey, I'm in Atlanta too.
Right.
Listen,
I am
That's
too.
what I'm saying. If I went to Gwinnett, now you got to go past Gwinnett now. Maybe if I went to Jefferson or Forsyth, possibly,
maybe some Hall County,
but not where I'm
yeah.
at. Yeah, not
Yeah.
where I'm at.
I watched the entire interview, and I understand exactly what happened and where things went left. And I think it's a conversation many of us are not willing to have. A legitimate question was asked. And for Black women, we are really struggling. It's a pressure point for us. And the conversation could have been de-escalated if she would have just conceded the point. But instead of conceding the point, she continued to double down and attempt to defend herself, when if it were me, I would have said, you know what? In all objectivity, I see your point. We are struggling in that area. I'm wearing a weave. Perhaps it could be a reflection of what I'm going through psychologically from childhood. I don't know. But I'm glad you brought that up, and we need to do some self-reflection, and then we could have moved on. But as the psychologist in the room, I saw exactly what Tommy was doing, and it worked. And quite frankly, I would use the entire interview as a case study in how we may claim to be conservative, but a lot of our conservatism is tested in real time, in observable reality, in real situations when you have to engage with the opposite sex. And instead of you just letting go the argument, you got to be right. I mean, I sat here and watched it with my husband, and it was quite interesting to see. She wouldn't let him have the last word, and then it got incredibly contentious.
Well, her words didn't match her actions. How do you tell somebody I ain't got time for this and stay for another hour? Then talk about it for 2 more hours.
Staying for a
How you
long
tell
time.
somebody you got more important things to do, but I gotta hang up on you instead of you hanging up on me? Because let me tell you something. If my girl sat there and argued with a strange man online over and over again, and he cussing her out, and she sat there and keep on taking it, then after I got off, finished my show, she called me again, trying to talk to me on my cell phone. I had to tell this grown woman, ma'am, I'm not sleeping with you, and I don't pay your bills and you don't pay mine. Please stop calling me. I had to say this to this woman. That is how dogged she was in wanting to continue to argue. Not only that, but think about it this way. And I tried to get her to understand this. Y'all sit on y'all damn high horse calling out Black folks all the damn time. You had a problem with twerking, and twerking ain't never caused nobody cancer. But I just told you about weave causing cancer. I just told you about the low self-esteem it gives you kids, give your children, and your words were, I don't see the big deal about it. You ain't doing no different than the twerker does. You ain't doing no different than the girl who do OnlyFans or whatever it is you trying to get on your high horse and complain about in your videos. When it come to you, and this is what I talk about, with Black women, everybody else is a problem as long as the stuff they do ain't what they do. But when it's something they do, Oh, well, it's different. Like how she started off by saying, well, anybody find the half naked pictures of me online, that's my past. Don't talk about it. What? You're talking about other people's half naked pictures. Again, have you noticed if a black woman got 2 kids by 2 different men, she'll get online and say, yeah, I got 2 kids by 2 different men, but at least my baby daddies pay child support. The other girl will say, well, yeah, I got 2 kids by 2 different men, but at least my men ain't gay. They will always say whatever it is they do is fine. What you do is the problem. And that's that false conservatism when she's having this discussion. If she's supposed to be, well, let the man lead, whatnot. I was leading by saying we're having a real discussion here, and it's shocking that we're supposed to listen to you talk crap about everybody else black. But I just told you a real serious issue in the black community. Billions of dollars being spent on this hair. Now we just found out that cancer is being caused by it. And you say, I don't see no big deal with wearing this wig. That's insane.
Here's what I'll say. You guys, y'all may not like it, but this really was a teachable moment. I'm raising 2 girls. I have a set of 14-year-old twins. And I mean, Tommy raised some very valid points, and it does require a little bit of self-reflection. I think this was a test case of exposing hypocrisy and then forcing conservative women to say, does the conservatism that I claim to hold to, am I living that, or is this just a talking point that sounds good, but there is this disconnect? And then I'll end with this. For me, conservatism flows from my worldview. It's not a coat that I put on or some lip gloss and then I wipe it off and then I go back to twerking. Like I'm living this. I've lived this for several years now, but people are borrowing. Conservatism is just, it's not in a vacuum. You have to borrow from an objective standard and a worldview that is outside of you to even understand why we believe and why we believe it. Is there legitimate criticism that needs to be levied against Black women? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm raising 2 Black women. I was raised by a Black woman. I just don't think we're ready to have that discussion. When you start talking about Black women in their hair, they will make every excuse in the world instead of just saying, okay, well, maybe I just need to just be honest and be like, I don't like my hair and I'd rather buy somebody else's, and I will take the risk of getting cancer if I'm gonna look cute while doing it. I mean, if that's you, that's you, and that's fine. But he exposed hypocrisy, and I don't think many of us are willing to have that discussion.
Because that's what I tried to tell her. I said, by your own logic, the girl who says, well, it's easier for me to make money having sex with men than getting a job. Why would you try to condemn her? You just said it's easier for you to stick somebody else's hair in your head and you feel prettier than with your own. Well, she feels prettier twerking. I guarantee you, and this is a fact, you take 2 women, one of them with a nice dress on from her neck down, and the other with a thong on shaking her butt. Who you think got most followers?
The butt. The
Shorty
thong.
with a booty hanging out?
Yeah.
So why would a woman like Carmen go tell that woman she should put on a full dress, even though that girl knows when I put on a full dress, all I got left is my bulldog face, and then the bulldog face ain't getting the attention that my butt is? Why would she try to tell that girl she wrong for doing what it takes to get her attention when she's doing the same thing? When she's doing what makes it easy for her to get attention, what makes her feel prettiest, what makes her feel comfortable.
Well,
let me make sure I'm under. Flesh that out for me again. Are we trying to build? Because that might be a category error, but I'm not sure. Are you trying to draw an analogy between being on Instagram with your butt hanging out and wearing somebody else's hair? I'm just trying.
Yeah, because if I got my butt hanging out, I'm putting out my best asset to get attention. That's the best thing about me. If I covered it up, I get less attention. People won't notice it. You're doing the same thing with your natural hair. You actually cover it up to get more attention. As a matter of fact, I can send y'all a video of a girl who said she looked down on a man that tried to talk to her when she had her natural hair because she said that shows he got low standards. She said, as bad as I looked that day and he would talk to me, he got low standards. Those were her words.
We
She's
messed up, y'all.
Yeah, she's
So
So
wrong.
Carmen don't feel good and Miss Red Pill don't look good, looking like they natural self. Then how you gonna get mad at the girl who got something on you, which is a nice big round butt? Most of what women say about other women is straight hating. I used to work when I used to work at IBM. It was a white girl she used to wear a turtleneck, but she had these big old gazombas, boy. They was huge. It didn't matter that she was wearing a turtleneck. You could see it. The other girl would come in there, had an A cup, looked like mosquito bites. She wear tight shirts.
It's not nice.
Nobody cared. No, but I'm saying, but nobody cared. So she would wear tight shirts and no one cared. Those girls got together because it wasn't a man in the office. They had a problem with the woman who wore the turtleneck, but it was tight on her breast. They got together and complained about what that woman wore. Why is it no man complained about what that woman wore? Since men are the sexist, we didn't get her fired. They did.
Blanche, I'll let you go because I wanted to address that, but I know you've been trying to say something.
Well, no, I mean, Tommy, so this is what I believe happened. Tommy observed Carmen, JC, and in the back of his mind, he's thinking she's possibly a grifter, possibly a fraud. Now, not saying he thought it completely, but he's thinking she could be. Let me bring her on the show to see if she's going to change my opinion. The problem is that critiquing somebody doesn't make you a conservative. And what these people are doing is they're critiquing black people, which is easy to do because black folks give you a plethora of things to critique.
Content for days.
For days. But the problem is that doesn't mean you're a conservative. It doesn't mean because you say that black folks should do A, B, C, and D, like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby telling black people to pull their pants up and act right. But guess what? He's a whoremonger with cheat on his wife. So again, this is what black folks do. So I understand Tommy's point, and I felt like Tommy was saying, you are not in no position to speak because you are a product of the very thing you're talking about. You are literally saying that you don't like your nigga hair. And you're saying, I'm willing to cover it up with cancer-causing hair to, like he said, appear a certain way in public. But again, that makes you a hypocrite. And in my opinion, that's not part of conservatism, in my opinion, because most conservatives actually are who they say they are, that I've noticed. And so, again, these new people are coming and they're thinking that they can be conservative just by offering social critiques. No, what you do when the cameras are off makes you a conservative, in my opinion. And I felt like Tommy was trying to get her to see, I guess what they say in the Bible, a log in her own eye when she's pointing out the splinter in somebody else's eye. But she knew what he was doing and she didn't want to concede, because to concede would mean what?
He's right.
I don't like my natural hair. I'm ashamed of my hair. And to me, that's what, to me, black women don't want to say it because it takes away from them being all this other stuff, the boss chick, the queen, we gonna save America. This is what they all, black women talk crazy. We the best thing. We got the Eve gene, we got the melon. Black women give all these tattoos to themselves, except when it comes to that head. They go from all the way to get to that head, and then you know what? Give me that wig. So yeah.
Think about this. You can have a white baby. And here's the funny part. Whenever I bring up them having the blonde hair, they show this same old two blonde black people from over in Australia. And they've been passing that picture around for 30 years. That little girl should be grown by now. Yes, it should be grown by now. But I will then ask them, I said, hold on a minute. Cool. She got that hair. Her hair straight, bone straight like the one you got on your head, number one. But number two, if you claim black folks can create that hair, and I ask them and they always get mad and they usually block me on Twitter or wherever I'm at. I say, name one person in your family that's got that hair. Why you got to name somebody you ain't never meet and never will meet? This is the stuff that black women say. And you got to understand, this is the same group of people that get mad when a white girl get braids and say she cultural appropriating.
Yeah, and that's
insanity.
See, I think that's my point. I tell you, black people, it don't it don't matter what they are when they claim themselves to be Black. They just, to me, it doesn't matter what's on your head. Like I hear the passion, and I hear you guys. I hear you, the message about cancer causing Tommy. But for me, like, it's just hair. I don't care if a white woman wears an afro. I don't care if a Black woman wears a blonde wig. One of the people I think is a moron. One of the people that I think is a moron is Joy Reid herself, and she wears her natural hair and it's blonde. I don't care. Why are we focused so much on the external? Now, mind you, I like
We're about to go left, sis. Hold on.
weave now. I like the weave. But it's too externally focused and not what's in your brain, like what's in your head. Why are we not focused on that? Go ahead.
She just asked.
They are.
Why?
That's the thing. The amount of money that is spent on the weaves, the process, the glue down, the melting of the lace, the bleaching of the knot. I mean, I've seen some of this stuff, and I'm like, this is a part-time job.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I said I think it's about to go left, because the problem is women are spending an exorbitant amount of time on these appendages that they're attaching to themselves, where the men in our lives are saying, why don't you just take that time to get to know the hair that's on your head? Like grow it or cut it or just do something to it. But why? I'm telling y'all, we're not doing this for them. You know why I know we're not doing this for the men? Because the men have spoken and they have told us that they would prefer this. And we just be like, yeah, I don't care what y'all want, but I want this. And I get it. I understand. I'm coming in the middle saying, I see both sides of it. Crystal was like, it's just hair. Tommy's like, but if it's just hair, why do y'all go to such great lengths to do what is just hair when you got just hair on your own head? Now, here's the monkey wrench. I got a relaxer, which is also a chemical. I spent 11 years natural doing the child rearing years when them babies were small, when I knew I was not about to be getting a touch up and all that stuff. I chose to chemically treat my hair. But I've also been natural too. I've done both of the best of both worlds, but I do that because my husband don't like extra hair. Like if I come here with weave down my back, I'm gonna have to find another place to live. I understand that. That's the rule. I'm cool. I don't want to live somewhere else. I like my house. So
I just feel like
let Tommy go.
Tommy.
If you guys can think about it for a second, I discussed the chemicals.
He did.
What they do. I discussed the finances, how much it costs. And I discussed how it destroys the self-esteem of your child. And a black woman, I want all y'all black men to hear this. That's why I tell y'all be better out just dating outside of your race. Because after hearing all that,
they don't want us either.
No. I said black men would be better off dating outside the race.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we would be better off because because the woman's not listening. The woman just told me, why does it matter after hearing finances, health, and psychology? She still said after hearing that, it just happened. It don't mean nothing. And let me tell you, this is why y'all should date outside your race. Because if it's just hair and it don't mean nothing, at least if you get you a white woman and have a child, you ain't got to run around and stick a perm in his head, stick weave in his head, stick braids in his head, and you ain't got to have them feeling bad. As a matter of fact, your half-breed child will still get called black and will be the king of blacks because every time they walk around, Miss Red Pill Brown Girl will tell them, ooh, you got good hair. Ooh, girl, I wish my hair was like that. I have to wear a weave. As a matter of fact, you've heard black women. One black woman told my girl it was brave of her to go to wear her natural hair. Brave? You act like she
Brave.
just fought the Spartans. Brave? She said, I wish I could go natural. You mean like how you were born? How do you go natural? That tells you it's something wrong with black women right there. They have to go natural. Imagine having to go natural. Go what you were. You were born that way. Wow.
He ain't lying.
Again, black men.
He ain't lying.
Again,
Y'all, he telling the truth. I'm sorry.
I don't think
there's
so.
no reason for me to procreate with a black woman if that black woman is going to pass that same hatred of her hair to my child.
Sue, okay. I hear your argument, right? So I get it. My issue is with black people. So Tommy, I know you don't know me. I don't claim myself to be black. So when you talk, I'm not into the whole, black power thing and repping my roots and stuff like that. I don't claim myself to be black. I'm a melanated.
No, I don't mean it all as roots. It's just a descriptor.
No, I hear you. No, I hear you. So what I hear you saying is that the health issues, black folks kill me when they talk about health. Like, they really do, because these are the same people that'll eat everything under the sun. They like their vapes and their weed and everything else.
Help me out. I need to have an understanding of who you are. Then if you're not black, what are you? I just want to know what you are.
When she says that, she's talking culturally. She's just a melanated American.
But if you're not something, you need to tell me what you are.
I am a melanated child of the king. So black folks love to. I cannot take black people seriously when they start to talk about chemicals out. I can't take them seriously. Like, these are the folks that literally they care about the health that they care about. Like, I watch people with food stamp cards talking about, I only eat vegan, or I only eat organic. Like, black people.
That's possible. That is possible.
My money.
Yes.
I can't take black folks seriously. And when you talk about the self-esteem of a child, that is the responsibility of her parents. So I'm not worried about my daughter's self-esteem because I wear weave. I know a lot of black folks are, because they still live in that world of, hair makes them beautiful. And if their hair is not this way, whatever. And so when you talk about finances, like I said, I can't take black folks seriously. These are the same people that spend their money on trash, sneakers. They spend their money, they stand in line, they fight at Walmart for a video game. I can't take y'all seriously. So when people are talking about all of the reasons why they don't wear weave, I love that for you, Tommy. I love that. I love that you don't wear weave for those reasons. But I'm sure that you spend your money on a lot of other things that I personally don't think that you need. But I'm okay with you doing that. Do you understand how that's conservative in and of itself?
No.
I understand.
Because y'all spend y'all time.
Because
y'all spend.
I think Tommy is trying to help black women understand the messaging that we are sending to our young girls, to make them believe that if I don't have this and I don't look this way, then I am not pretty. And the best way to counteract that message is to mirror to them how we look normally. But listen, we're not going to win this argument. It's not going to happen, because at the end of the day, all of us on some level do things to beautify ourselves or to enhance what we already have, whether it's you're wearing a weave or whether it's, you're coloring your hair. I mean, I think each individual is probably trying to assess their risk tolerance. They're like, am I okay with getting carcinogens through the epidermis layer of my skin by wearing weave for the rest of my life? Or am I going to breathe and inhale the toxins in the air or put parabens on my skin? Like, you're going to get the toxins somewhere. Tommy, to be fair, I'm really not making excuses for it. I just know Black women, and at the end of the day, if they want weave, they gonna wear the weave. They just gonna wear it. And if you're not okay with that, I am perfectly, not that you need my permission to go date outside your race, but that's already happening. Men are telling us what they want and how they claim to love us. We're not listening. And so y'all are finding what it is that y'all want in other ethnicities, and we're gonna be mad about that too. They gonna be mad. But my husband's Black, by the way, just so y'all know. I'm not married to a white man.
Go ahead, Tommy, please.
I just want to say, and there's no offense to anyone, but it becomes difficult if she makes a comment towards me and then someone else makes a comment, and then I sit here and wait for that to happen, especially when I was brought in for the interview. It's kind of like you got to let that person cook. When they don't get to cook, it's difficult for them to speak back. She said some things, and I would like to respond back to what she said to me. Again, she keeps saying it shouldn't matter, and then use the excuse of, well, other people do things. Well, if that was how you felt, that's why I know y'all who sit online always talking about what other people do are frauds. Because if you felt that way, you wouldn't be online saying nothing about nobody. You wouldn't find the video that bothered you. You wouldn't find what somebody said that they shouldn't have said. You wouldn't have had a problem with Jasmine Crockett. That's what she wanted to do, and that's how she wanted to run her race. You wouldn't have said anything. It's funny how when it's something that you don't want to address, it's, why is it a big deal? I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what y'all do. You do what you want to do. Then say, and that's good. That's you raise your own kid. Sure. So why are you talking about a woman that's out there? Why are you talking about Cardi B? You raise your own kid. Cardi B twerking and singing should have nothing to do with what would happen to your kid. Y'all say these things, and then when you hear somebody say, you want to talk about delusion, you got a person who then turns around and talks about Black people, but didn't ask them people if they call themselves Black. When you ask them, what do they identify as? What did they say? A melanated child of the king. That sounds pretty delusional. You don't know no kings, and you ain't related to no kings. Because if you was, no offense, you'd have more money in your pocket if you was a child of a king, or your daddy, your king daddy, sure done did you wrong and treating you like a stepchild. But we ain't gonna want to talk about somebody being delusional again. But if you got something to say about all these Black people, listen to the thing. Y'all Blacks make me laugh. You mean doing what they want to do? What you just said, you don't care people doing what they do? So why do you have to voice your opinion about what they're doing? Because that's all people are doing. And lastly, my child wouldn't have low self-esteem because of what the world sees. Well, then they mean that what you're saying is you deny that there's a thing called peer pressure. You deny that your child lives in the world. You deny that your child live outside. You deny that children want to dress a certain way because the people at school dress that way. You deny that they talk. You just sit up here and told me you use words to me because your kids use them. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Oh, I don't know. It's just my kids say these things and I just pick up on the lingo. So apparently peer pressure is a thing, but your child gonna be immune to it, even though you ain't immune to it, because who taught you to weave your hair? You didn't get it on your own. You didn't figure it out on your own. At what point did you decide your hair, you didn't like it and you wanted to change it? Where'd you get it from?
So just so I'm clear, peer pressure and low self-esteem, you think are synonymous, or?
I never said those words, did I?
Well, I'm asking. I'm asking for clarification.
I said I never said those words. You said it as if I had said it. I never said they were synonymous.
I tell you,
when I said that, you said your son. You said what your sons said. Is that low self-esteem?
You said,
is that low self-esteem that you repeated what they said?
Tommy,
is that low self-esteem that you repeated what they said?
No. Low self-esteem.
So that you would, and I use it as an example. So of course you wouldn't think that I said peer pressure means that it's going to be low self-esteem. Peer pressure is just that. That's why I said clothes. Did I not say clothes?
Where is Carmen?
I gave 98 examples.
I was waiting for you to say something that made me change my stance on what you did to Carmen. Like, you are Tommy, like you sometimes, and I got all respect for y'all. I don't want no beef. I really don't. And I said that. But man, you are really like hard to talk to. You really are. And so when you say that people ignore you because of what happened with Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels came first and now they ignore you, I kind of think that's this is why. Like, you can't have a conversation with you. I am literally trying to say to you,
Well, you better get her.
that to me, like, and I said that to you. I said that
You
to
better
trigger
get her.
I said that to trigger you.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Hold on.
I feel like you need to
Of
be
course
triggered.
you did.
No.
Of course you did.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got I won another one. I beat another one. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, this is another one. Grifter 2.
Hold on. So I want y'all to understand something. I want y'all to understand something right now. Tommy is going to pay attention to what you say, and he's going to do this in context. So that means he's not emotionally listening. He is going to take what you say in context, and he's going to repeat it back to you to make sure he's getting it right and make sure you understand that he understands. So what Tommy said was, the peer pressure example was that if you used verbiage that your children used because your children use it, that was an example of peer pressure. So he's saying if you as an adult would take some words from a child and use them about him, your daughter who's a child could obviously be influenced by peer pressure outside of the home. It is a simple contextual analogy that makes perfect sense. Now, I don't want nobody to get offended or get in their feelings about anything that's going on. Tommy is speaking very logically. We all are intelligent on this panel, so we don't have to go there. So I understand you may not agree with Tommy. We're going to keep it because I want the show to continue. I don't want you to jab Tommy. I don't want you. Let's just try to keep this thing peaceful.
See, Blanche, I tried to stop it. And you see, that's why I asked you to do it. Because there was no reason for her to do what she just did at all. Won't get an apology. And I'm so glad the people in the comment section saw it. Yeah. You sit up there and not only did it, I did that to get a reaction out of you. I didn't do anything to get a reaction out of you. I was just saying what you said.
See, and that's what.
No, ma'am. I was just saying what you said.
Tommy.
No, ma'am. I was just saying what you said.
All day. You've been jabbing all day, and I'm okay.
You was hurt. Girl, you hurt.
Oh no, I'm okay. I really am. But you've been jabbing, and so I just wanted to see if you could take.
Jabbing you with what? Your own words? You ain't jabbing me with mine.
Tommy, you said
you want to jab me with something? Jab me with what come out of my mouth. The truth.
Tommy, you said to me.
I jabbed you with what you said.
You said your daughter, self-esteem. So you're telling me there's not a such thing as peer pressure. I simply asked you, are you saying that peer pressure?
Man just explained this to you already, and all the examples I gave, and you still gonna try that. That's exactly what she did.
So what
what Carmen did. They will refuse to acknowledge they might have made a mistake. She gonna keep on saying that I somehow tied self-esteem with peer pressure together, and I didn't. I said close.
Blanche, I might have.
How many of y'all say she got it wrong? She's never gonna say it.
I said it.
No, you didn't. You said that this is what you said.
So
you didn't say my bad. You didn't say, "Hey, bro, you on here answering our questions directly. Ain't running from none of them. So why I'm getting smart with you?"
Well, I'm not. I'm getting smart with you because you are really difficult to talk to. You really are, and I'm not even trying to jab. I am literally trying to answer what you said. So when it comes to
you said something that was untrue.
Wow. Black people, it don't matter.
You weren't trying to answer me. You said something that was untrue.
It don't matter if they're liberal. It don't matter if they're conservative. Black people got problems, Tommy. They really.
That's that cackling she did. That's why nobody want to listen to you. That stupid cackling. See, you won't win this one with me. Because I'll just use you. I won't use somebody else. I will just use you.
Yeah.
By saying that someone's hard to talk to, more people want to talk to me than you.
I believe that.
Am I
That
lying?
no, not at
Am I
all.
lying?
No.
Right.
not
So if
at
I'm
all.
hard to talk to, what the hell are you?
I guess I'm just I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What am I?
No, if I call somebody something, listen. There's always, when you point the fingers, 3 of them pointing back at you. You got to make sure that when you say something, that you could be. It's like calling somebody broke and you homeless. You got to make sure that when you make that name call, you got to make sure you don't fit what you say.
Yeah.
Because if people was just pining to talk to you, you wouldn't have a problem.
Agree. You agree.
But you do. So while trying to tell somebody have a problem talking to them, people seem to like talking to me, like how Shaq stopped me today to talk to me.
I like talking to
At the
you.
blue. No, you said I'm hard to talk to. You know who I'm hard to talk to? People who lie.
You are hard to talk to, and I think there is
Who don't lie. Charleston White talked to me for 5.5 hours. Didn't want to quit.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like him. He lies. He definitely lies. Shout out
you
to
got a lot of not like. You don't like the way I talk. You don't like Charleston White, and you don't like your own hair. What's some other things you don't like? You got a long list.
like black.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. So, Crystal, did you agree with Carmen's position when she was talking with Tommy? Did you agree with her overall position?
So here's what my thoughts about Carmen was, and the same thing I would say about this conversation as well. Carmen is a new conservative, and so sometimes I feel like in this situation, and I'll talk directly to Tommy. When you're talking to people and you know that they're new, or you know that they may not be as versed on certain things as you, like for you to just keep punching down. That's one thing I love about President Trump is he doesn't punch down, he punches up. And so when you know that somebody is below your weight class, and it's okay to slap them up a little bit, but then you just then you lay up. And so when I watched Tommy just continue to bash her, first of all, I felt like she was stupid, because I agree with you, Tommy. I wouldn't have sat there and just got badgered by you like that. So I actually agree. But I just felt like at some point in time, you didn't give her grace and just be like, all right, let's continue on the conversation. And I kind of see that happening now. And I feel like you know better than that, Tommy. And I don't mean that to like chastise you, but I'm just like, come on, like really, why are you coming at me? Like I'm not trying to beef with you. I'm literally trying to understand you and have a conversation, but you want beef. Like you want to fight, Tommy.
I want beef with you when all I did. Hold on. Who was the first one to get smart?
You.
What did I do to get smart? What did I do to get smart?
Red pill don't like her own hair. Red pill. You kept saying that, and I'm like, okay. And
y'all see how she can't say it?
I wanted to see if you could take a jab yourself. I wanted to see if you could take a jab.
I've been taking them.
Okay.
Have I not? You just sat there and gave on a long diatribe by claiming you shouldn't do something and kept doing it in the midst of you doing it. You didn't realize this? But no. That's what a lot of problems with black women, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, well, I'm not black.
So they don't realize what they're doing to other people as they do it. No, you are. You are. I'm not going to let you. If you can put black on other people who never told you they were black, then I'm going to put it on you. That's why I asked you earlier, have you asked any of these people that you call black? Did you ask them what they were? Nope. You just made the assumption. And that's okay. So when it's done to you, you should accept it. Now, you just said Trump don't punch down. Really? Trump sat up there and made fun of a reporter, the president versus a reporter, and made fun of the reporter being handicapped. Trump did this. A reporter. Trump made fun of people who were just in the House of Representatives. He's the president. Trump made fun of people who just asked him simple questions and they were nobodies. She made fun of Rosie O'Donnell. She's just a has-been. For you to say this tells me this. You will do exactly what I said, and a lot of y'all black men need to watch out. This person will lie to make their point. I have not had to lie to make a point to you or anyone else or even about you. You sit up there and said that Donald Trump, who is known for calling people names because he don't like them, don't punch down. Then you said I should be soft. Well, ma'am, you didn't offer me this softness because you could have. I'm a guest on your show. I help you have people come watch it, put money in your king daughter of a melanated daughter of a king pocket. And you still talk to me like I was not. You didn't give me the grace when all I did was give you the facts. You didn't say one thing I said that was untrue. Did you? So I shouldn't be being talked to like this.
Well,
And even if you don't receive the message, you should understand apparently by just reading your own chat. Maybe some people are receiving the message. Let that chef cook. But you didn't like it because you was in the pot. You was in the pot when the cooking was getting done.
April, would you like to say something?
First off, I was unaware of the format of the show. And so when Crystal made her statement and I responded, I apologize to you, Tommy. I didn't realize that you needed to do the immediate response. And I kind of jumped in. I thought we were having a free-for-all conversation. Like I said, I didn't know the format of the show and round robin and how it was supposed to go. So my apologies to you. I just want to know what is the end goal with this discussion. And the reason why I ask that is because I saw the broader kerfuffle between Tommy and Carmen, and I was able to see both sides. But I guess I'm trying to understand now, what is the overall objective? We have Tommy here. Are we trying to ascertain more of how it went left? Like, what's the overall goal and objective? Because what I don't want this to turn into is a bunch of mudslinging and you know, it's starting to get left. You know, it's starting to go left, and I kind of just don't really want to engage in that. So I could leave. I could do that, or we could try to see if maybe there's some common ground, or if we're gonna agree to disagree. I don't know what was the goal.
Yeah,
Well, I was
yeah,
brought on here, and if you look at the man here, have you noticed the man has been very respectful. He's taking in pretty much what everyone's saying, filtering it, doing what the host is supposed to do when there's multiple people. Let me try to be kind of a referee, because the best thing to do was when someone is lying on someone or someone's doing something. Here's what I would have done. Had I been him and I know I'm not him, I'd have been and told her, oh, hey, lady, you got to stop doing this, because at this point, he's just answering you. He's not running from the questions. I could see if he was getting irritated. He's not. And we've had him, if we talk about something stuck on one thing, you stayed on that thing too long, Tommy. Well, I can look at the clock and it says it's an hour, and guess what? We've been talking about for 45 minutes of it. My stance on hair, which I don't mind because I can articulate it. I'm a psychologist, childhood psychologist. I enjoy my job. I also enjoy this part of what I do because I also have a degree in communications. It's fun. I work for Rush Limbaugh. I understand how to get an audience, which is why I've been able to do this longer than everyone else. And I've been able to eat off of it longer than anybody else. I'm good at what I do. There are times when I'm supposed to be able to make the crowd laugh or make the crowd think. And you brought me to your show, ma'am. And let me tell you when you lose. When the audience you have starts agreeing with the guy you don't like. You should never let that happen. You should be more or less a person who is a lightning rod and be able to transfer the energy than to be as upset as you are. Like I'm reading, and I love reading it. There's some people in here writing that laughing and giggling she's doing is ridiculous. And it is. You don't see it. It's who you are. And you've been that way.
It is who I am.
You've been that way. And it's what I was talking about at the beginning. Just like that Carmen, JC, and other people. A lot of y'all, were it not for your ability to be able to get here and click go live, there's nobody in your real life who listens to you. I don't have that problem. You can see real people from my real life who come on and tell you, Tommy was like this in high school. Tommy was like this in college. They know me. I don't have to even look for a guest. I can walk downstairs and get one. There's a difference. You're not me. Because I can walk in any room and I am the center of that room. I went to the Million Man March. It's on video. I was just standing there and one dude walked up to me and said, "Hey, you Tommy." Within 30 minutes, it was 350 people surrounding me, listening to me. I can go anywhere and be the guy in that room. So while y'all get on here and click go live and try to be it, I am it. So maybe if y'all paid attention and stopped trying to be something, listen for a second. You brought me here. Let me make a fool of myself. Let your audience see how stupid I am. Don't let your audience see how stupid you are.
I guess my question to you, Tommy, is would it have been better if I had said, I agree with you completely?
You didn't hear what I'll say it, I'll repeat it. I said, let the audience see how stupid I am. When you let something happen, you don't have to interject. You don't have to be the catalyst. Stupid people show how stupid they are. You can sit back and smile, sip tea while they do it. Ask them a question. It exposes them. So even then, how you said, should I have agreed? No, what you should have been is smart enough to wait until I stumble. That's all.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Tommy, is it your opinion that a lot of the visibility that you see in the rise of a lot of these Black female conservatives, is it your position that you don't believe that many of them are conservatives? Is the argument that you believe that many of them are grifting? I'm trying to understand, like what made you want to sit down with Carmen, and we saw how it ended up. But is that your current position?
Yes. I said it at the beginning of the show. I believe the majority. No, I'm saying I don't mind repeating it. I was saying I said it at the beginning of the show. So I'm saying I said it at the beginning of the show just to say I've kept the same words. It's like the brother said, Blanche said, I've been who I've been, who I've been. So the reason I said at the beginning of the show to let you know I am consistent. I walked in the door telling them that I believe this. I've been saying it. Where were these Black women who were conservatives before? They didn't exist. They weren't around. They weren't out talking. The only time they became it is the same thing they did when Black men made the manosphere. Guess who started popping up? Ex-Black strippers who now love Black men too. They would do their videos half naked, talking about someday about the patriarchy. None of them have a man, but they about the patriarchy. It's a grift. I'm not stupid. It's a grift when you are a so-called conservative, and how all these Black female conservatives are either not married or with a white man. You mean to tell me you done made it to your 40s and ain't nobody married you, but you a conservative? What are you conserving? Your eggs? I don't understand.
Them are freezing their eggs. They are.
That's what I'm saying. What you conservative? What you conserving? I don't know what it is you conserving, but you sure are not trying to conserve the family unit and say, hey, you know what? If the family unit matters, then and patriarchy matters, why would I constantly be in odds with men? Well, the reason they are is because they were raised in single parent households like everyone else. And if you question their God, just like religious people, question their religion, they'll fight you over it. People have these things in them and they'll pretend like a man like me. I've been a man for a long time. You know what? I'll pretend a lot of things to be able to get between legs.
Oh.
But if you wait long enough, you'll start to hear exactly what I think. If you wait long enough, and that's all I was trying to tell her, I didn't tell her to agree with nobody. Watch them. You wait long enough, people cannot hold the lie they telling. And if they do, you will catch them in the lie they telling because they'll forget the lie they told. Let them keep talking. On the first date, I tell black women this. When you sit down with that guy on the first date, y'all problem, y'all talk all the damn time. You tell him every lie he need to tell. I don't date no man that don't love the Lord. Well, I realize all I got to do is say I love the Lord. I don't date no man that do this. All I got to do is say what you literally just told me what to say. You know what you should do? Yes. You know what you should do, though? Sit there and look at him. Let him talk. He's going to try to figure out what to say to get in your pants now. So he's going to start telling on himself because he don't know what you want to hear. We're uncomfortable when you ask us to talk, but we don't have to have that problem with black women because they won't shut up. So all we do is just let them talk. That was all I was saying. Ma'am, you bring me on here to interview me. Do what I did to her. Let me walk myself into a hole. Let that man talk himself into a contradiction. Then ask him about it. Most human beings don't like being asked about their contradiction. And that's usually where our argument starts, even when you did nothing wrong. A woman told me she'd only slept with 5 people last night on my show. I said, how old are you? 35. I said, those 5 people you slept with, were you in a relationship? Was any one night stand? I don't do one night stands. Cool. I said, when did you start having sex? 16. What was the longest relationship you've been in? 4 years. What was the shortest one? 6 months. I said, and you considered the 6 months a serious relationship? Mm-hmm. So I did the math of the 4 year and the 6 months and the difference between 30 and 16. And I showed her and I said, well, how long have you ever been celibate? She said, yep. I said, when? She said, I was celibate for 2 years when I was 17 to 19. I said, So I did all the math and then showed her where it lined out. Next thing you know, she started saying, well, I mean, we did do that, but so all the sex that had happened had started to come out that 5 was a bullshit number.
Right.
That this whole sex, but we were talking. I'm like, dummy, I'm going to let you walk yourself into this hole because I know you can't do math on the fly. She was trying. But I know niggas can't do math on the fly. And if you don't believe me, ask your man when he go out too long and he come home and you ask him where he was. Start telling him where he was between this and this and this. His lie break down because he didn't think that deep. He thought all he had to do was tell you he was at Tyrone them house. He thought that was enough. When you started asking to drill down on it, it got him upset. Same thing with Carmen. All I did was drill down on what she was saying. Y'all say I kept sticking on it. But yes, the reason I stuck on it because, wait a minute, part of what you're saying doesn't make sense compared to that. If that's what logic is, that is how homes are built. If it wasn't for a person saying, if this, then this, your house would fall on your head right now. Because that's exactly what architecture is. So
Tom, I had a question for you. So what could she have said to make you say, okay, this girl got some sense? Because I guess I'm looking at it. I mean, obviously, when you brought her on the show, you kind of was questioning her validity. And then the more she talked, I understand why. But what could she have said to make you say, okay, that makes sense, or I understand, or we can move on? Like, what could she have said?
The same thing that men do when we kind of get together when we by ourselves and somebody catch the other one a lie. We kind of like, you're right. I mean, I just was doing that. I understand what you're saying because we will tell you. Well, think about it. We've had plenty of time with our homeboy and told us, nigga, you know you was wrong for doing this to your girl. And we be like, yeah, you're right, because he is right. You might want to fight against it, but what kind of person do you become when people are afraid to tell you the truth? And that's where black women have come. Y'all only used to people telling y'all what y'all want to hear. Imagine me putting up a picture of my car and only wanting to hear people come in my comment section tell me how great it was. But if one person comes in and says something about it that I don't like, they hating now. A woman 400 pounds and everybody going there and tell her how good she looked. But somebody comes in and says, ma'am, you overweight. You a hater. You put that up there and invited all responses, not positive responses. But black women only invite positive responses. You can only tell them they're a good parent. You seen a woman sit up there and argue that people were questioning her nephews graping a girl. She went off on them. I ain't got to listen to nothing y'all say. You saw that?
I saw it. Was crazy. It was crazy.
When have you not seen a black woman argue something that was indefensible? What Carmen said was indefensible. And a smart conservative person says, I see your point, and it is contradicting the things that I'm saying. But she did exactly what Brown Girl did. Well, I don't be caring what nobody else do with their stuff. Then why are we having these discussions then? Because you do care about what they do, or you wouldn't be making videos about what they do. And that would make when I talk to a man, he'd be like, you got me, bruh. Men, we do this all the time. Yeah, we try to get away with lies. I try to get away with some lies. That's why if you notice, a man, once you catch him, you can catch a woman in the middle of sex. She still tell you she ain't having sex.
Boy, listen, she's not going to admit it.
Right.
That is not what you saw, okay?
She is not going to admit it.
No. And that is the scary part, because if you realize there's people who do this, I've said things and it make people mad when I say it. When they was talking about what happened to that little 12-year-old girl, I said something and everybody started talking crap about me until finally people started admitting he's telling the truth. I said, I'm from Atlanta. Running trains on girls when they 12, 13, 14, 15 was normal. I don't know a group of people who didn't. As a matter of fact, when I told them 13, 14, and 50-year-olds dating 20 and 30-year-olds was also normal. I don't know where you from. Well, guess who just said it was? Keke Palmer. Guess who else said it was? Nia Long. But because y'all like lying in public, I looked up the bad guy. There was and now almost everybody I know ran trains. And then what would happen? Boys got in trouble because when the girl got caught running the train, she lied on them.
Mm-hmm.
They graped me. Just like when women, you know how many wives got caught cheating and then lied and said that somebody took it from them when she gave it to them? Women's first thought when caught is to blame someone. It is. I have 2 little girls. I've caught them in things and they told lies and I'm sitting there looking at them.
You're like, I saw you.
Right. I just saw it. No,
Then he gonna argue you down.
Then finally, when you catch them, what's the big thing they love doing, especially to us fathers? Oh, so now you a crybaby. That's what Carmen did. You brought me here to ambush me. Ma'am, how did I know you felt that way about your hair? If I knew you felt that way about your hair, then sure, I would be able to ambush you. But I didn't know this way. And not only that, imagine saying, not only I don't like my hair, but trying to make everybody else with hair like yours hate theirs too by referring to it as nigger hair.
Yeah, that broke my heart.
It's one thing to say you don't like yours. Nope. You don't put a whole title on anybody that's got hair like that and called it negative. Miss Conservative. But you don't want to conserve a black person saying, I shouldn't feel bad, just like you don't feel bad wearing your weave. I shouldn't feel bad wearing my natural hair. But you just tried to make me feel bad by calling it nigger hair. I didn't call your weave nothing. What name did I call your weave? I didn't call her weave a thing, nor yours. So why would the word be used to describe normal black hair as nigger hair? So I would be offended by this because I am raising 2 little black girls that I don't want to ever feel like if they don't want to spend thousands of dollars putting some Asian hair in their head to feel pretty, that they niggas now. I don't want them to feel like that.
Tommy,
And
let me
yeah,
ask
you
you
might
this.
feel like I should be
Sorry,
able
go
to
ahead.
put that in my kid's head.
I was gonna ask you, you cooking. You are bringing up some very valid points that give us a lot of things to think about. On behalf of women everywhere who are trying to hear you and who are trying to take what you're saying under advisement, I feel confident in speaking on behalf of some of those women who say, okay, fine, y'all say y'all want to see us embrace who we are with the hair the way it grows out of our heads. But what do you do with this large segment of the male population who that's not what y'all are looking at on Instagram? And women, I'm not saying they're right, they wrong as two left shoes, are saying that what you guys seem to be attracted to is an unrealistic glitz or glam version of women. And if we show up and just be ourselves, y'all don't want that either. So a lot of women feel like they can't win for losing. What do you say to those women? Maybe we're just ignorant. Is the argument that if more of us showed up with our own hair, that you guys would start disavowing and stop paying attention to the chicks with blonde hair down their butt? I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to understand, or at least try to moderate this a little better to see if I could get both sides talking to each other. Because I agree with you. But I also understand a lot of women are just like, we hear you say that, but we don't believe you.
Okay, I'll point something out to you.
Mm-hmm.
We just said earlier, who gets more attention? The woman in the full length dress or the woman twerking with her ass out? The woman twerking with her ass out.
Right.
Who does the guy who sleeps with the woman who's twerking with her ass out marries? The one in the full dress. The difference is y'all don't want marriage. Y'all want attention. I used to say y'all want dick and attention. And that's what women want. They want dick and attention. And because they don't want stability, because the same way you said that is the same way you got Negroes here in Atlanta that don't have no job, but the girl sleeping with a dude that got a job and make money and bringing it to the nigga that ain't got no job. He's sitting up there. How you get pregnant by? If black women love a man that's worth a damn, and like you just said, these men chasing the weed, run out the weave and everything, how come all y'all baby daddies ain't shit? How he got you pregnant? I understand letting the guy who play Madden all day and sleep on the couch have sex with you. I do really do. Because let me tell you something. I had a conversation with a woman a long time ago. I said, she said, you know what? I came fast. And she said, I know. She said, don't worry about it. I said, what happened? She said, you got a job. I said, what? Huh? She said, yeah, you got a job. You got things on your mind. You looking to do something else. You got to pay bills. You can't just have sex. But you know what that guy who ain't got nowhere to live? I came up with this word called a hobosexual. You know what that guy doing? Oh, he can beat your back out because he got to have somewhere to stay. He ain't got nothing but time to screw. That's all he does. He's survival beats.
Survival beats.
He gotta fuck himself into a bed. Right. I know. I got a bed and a house. I'm trying to put you out when I'm finished. So I gotta go. He need a place to stay. He trying to beat you down. So what you'll do is take money from me who work hard and go get it to him because you like the attention and you also like the control. See, you know you can't control me because my house is bigger than your life. You know you can't control me. It is. I had a bitch walk in and it took me. I told her the other day, I wasn't even lying. It's pieces of my house I ain't seen in months. It's the truth. That being said, you can't move me, lady, but I can kick you out. You will never be able to kick me off your insurance. You know how many niggas they got driving their car to work, dropping them off because he ain't got no car. His phone in her name. So whenever they get into an argument, she cut his phone off. You can't do that to me, lady. You not only can't cut my phone off, I got like 13 of them. And Apple be sending them to me. I got a gang of them, lady. I be giving whole phone. Look, you call me on this week, on this line on y'all. It's hard to, like the young lady said, it's hard to talk to me. You know why it's hard to talk to somebody that's got confidence? Because they don't need you. It's hard to talk to that person. Most black women are used to talking to that guy that can bully. And why can you bully him? Because he was raised in the same household. He had a single mom. He seen his mama bully him and the men she dated. So it was easy to walk him down. It's easy to make him quit. Carmen JC, you know why it would have been easy for her to talk to the normal black man? Because he seen them big old titties. I seen them titties look nice.
You did say that.
But most men, when they talk to women, they will not bring up anything controversial to that woman because he wants to screw.
Yep.
I am different than most men. Yes, I want to screw, but I can pay for it as quick as I ask for it. And because I got that kind of money, even people who hate my guts still lick my, well, you ain't going to say it.
Oh, on that note, Jesus, defense. Okay. That's so brave, you guys. Yeah.
Hold on, April, I want to just, you asked the question about, so April, so men, again, men are not looking at something as a fantasy or a fetish is not the same as you investing in it.
Right.
Oh,
So a girl on Instagram that looks good with a weave and she got a nice body, that's just leisurely looking at her. What a man's going to invest in is not that. So black women saying that black men want that is a cop-out. Black men have been very vocal for decades about what they want on your head. And most black women, again, do not want to wear that tennis ball outside. And that's the problem. Now, most black men don't mind your hair. Think about it. Most black men don't mind your hair being short. When was that time a black man said, I'm not going to date her because of her hair? When you even heard that?
Hey.
We don't even care about hair that much to even make a comment on the hair. Just as long as you look nice, he's not going to care.
Yep.
So black women it's another cop-out. Black women don't like their hair. That's all it is. And guess
they want
what?
You to feel bad for them not liking theirs. They want you, because like when the young lady said, well, you know, you're just being hard on you and you just going hard. No. We're adults. As an adult, if I talk to a man or a woman, don't cop out and tell me you're a woman and I'm supposed to be softer with you. And it only comes when there's pushback. But when a woman pushes back on a man, he need to man up. You call him a punk if he was bothered by the pushback. You call him out his name if he couldn't handle the heat of the questions being asked. As a matter of fact, I always tell people when I go to people's show, if you ever see, who saw that interview of me on in DJ Vlad? 30 minutes in the show, Tyreek Nasheed up in there doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the interview was 2 hours and 20 minutes. What does that mean? After he left, I stayed and still kept answering questions. Pretty good.
Now, hold up. That was an ambush. Tommy, that was an ambush.
And still think about it, and still finished it.
That was an
because
ambush.
I'm good at what I do. God gave me these words, and you can't take them from me. Until you tell me I told a lie, we got a problem. They killed Jesus. You talk about somebody hard to talk to. They hard to get along with. They sure killed Jesus, and they didn't kill Jesus because he was lying. He was hard to talk to because every time the Pharisees and Sadducees said something stupid, he told them how wrong it was. He told them you put more on the people than the lawyers do. Oh, well, we got to get rid of him. So you can't make me feel bad by telling me that's probably why they don't deal with you. That's probably why they don't have you. When you tell the truth, people don't want you around like that because you're going to say something that they don't want exposed. If you lie, then they'll have you around. Why? Because you're a kiss ass. Because you're going to be afraid to say something. That's why you end up with bad men, because you only accept men who accept everything you got to say, even when you don't think it's good. Because if you thought your own hair was good or you thought weave was good, you wouldn't have a problem with someone asking about it. You think I cuss somebody out if they ask me about that brand new C8 Corvette with the drop top I got outside? You think I'm gonna get mad because they asked me too many questions about it? You think I'm gonna get mad because they asked me too many questions about the heated pool I got? No, because I'm proud of it.
Yeah, well, here's what I'll say.
You get mad when somebody asks you too many questions though about something you're not proud of. You know, like.
Well, here's what I'll say. with the whole Carmen JC thing, I agree with you that she's a new conservative. I could tell that she wasn't able to admit or concede.
Let it go.
No, well, I disagree. I actually think that she did let it go at some point in time. What I feel like, and me and April disagree on this, I feel like punching down, and I specifically said this to you, is I'm okay with you correcting. Like, I'm okay with you giving her that, I'm okay with you giving that to me. I think where it became like, and I don't want to use the wrong word, like, but for lack of a better word, like where it became badgering is that I felt like you just kept going hard. And so when you use the example of President Trump, I wanted to clarify my stance. It's not that I don't think that President Trump doesn't pick at people. I feel like he's just like you. President Trump got a Big Johnson and he come in there and he smacked people around. However, I felt like what you were doing with her and like you said, for 2 hours, I was just like, come on, Tommy, like don't go that hard. And I even said it to me, it's like I stand by that. I stand by that. What I will say is, and I'll publicly apologize, I did jab a little bit because I felt like you were coming at me, and I was trying to see I was trying to rattle you a little bit. But really the point that I was trying to get to is that you were saying that she was lying, and I don't feel like she was lying. I feel like people view it differently than you do, because I know I view it differently than you do. So that was the point. Is like, I don't feel like I don't like my hair. I feel like I don't want to deal with it. I feel like I'm in a culture of people who groom their hair a certain way, and I kind of want to fit in with that. And I don't have time to do my own natural hair to fit in with that. And I don't believe that it matters what's on your head. I believe that what matters is in your head. So I said that was it. I took a lot of words to say that.
Yeah, see, and if you notice,
somebody did the same thing she did.
Thank you. Somebody right now,
y'all digging a hole. Like you saw how she was digging that hole, and it kept getting deeper, and she kept sliding, and it wasn't nobody coming to save her.
Yeah,
but they make it easy.
Yeah,
but they make it easy, and here's how. One, if you said it's wrong to keep bringing up something that I was badgering her, everything you just said, you said 4 times now. So you badgering me by continuing to try to tell me that this is how you felt like what I did to her. Second off, you use the word feel a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Do you feel the weave is in your head when you touch? You kept talking about some feel. But here's the thing. You didn't ask me a simple question. You said she lied. What did she lie about? And I would have told you. She lied about what I told her we were supposed to be talking about. This is when I got mad. But you didn't even want to hear that. You didn't care about the truth. You wanted to go by how you felt, not what you knew. Yet when you saw me talk to her, I didn't talk to her about how I felt. I talked to her about what I knew. Because I felt a lot of things about the things she said, but I allowed her to feel it. When she started contradicting herself, that's when I spoke up. And that's why I told you earlier, I said, let me dig my own hole with my own words. That way you won't have to say what you feel. You could have asked me, what was the lie she told? But if you watched the video, you would have heard me stop her at every lie she told. Pointed the lie out, which is why, ladies and gentlemen, do you know why a lot of women are very long-winded, word salady, and say nothing? Because they know by the time they finish, you'll get so motherfucking tired, you want to go to bed, and you'll just say, fuck it. Because she didn't say anything, and you ain't trying to hear her keep doing this. So you just say, forget it. Do you understand why there's the biggest podcasters out there are still who? Men. But there are more women than men. Why do people like listening to men more than women? Because women will personalize shit that shouldn't have been personalized. They'll start lying when they feel like they got caught over something as simple as what's your recipe for macaroni, they'll feel like somebody done called them up. You trying to catch me up. This ain't my grandma. Ma'am, I don't know. I was just wondering. You said earlier that you would put Velveeta in it. Now you're saying you don't like it. I'm just asking. It don't make sense. So that's what just happened a second ago. You said things and beat your own words up and did exactly what you said you wouldn't do and did what I shouldn't do and said exactly what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I agree with her. Like, you know, I think I made it clear I agreed with her.
Okay, hold on. So in the comments, listen. So if Tommy is asking her questions, right? We're talking about Carmen. That's not, in my opinion, badgering. It's not. Because he's asking her questions about a stance that she's taking on something. Y'all saying she needs to come here and defend herself. Nobody here say anything negative about Carmen, the person. We are talking about her responses to Tommy in that live. This has nothing to do with her. We never said she's a horrible person. She nothing. She don't have to defend herself from nothing. We're talking about what she said in the live. And again, Tommy said he wanted her to concede and just be honest about her position. But she knows if she's honest about that position, most Black women know if they concede on the hair issue, they got to concede on all the other stuff too. You got to concede on Black Girl Magic. You got to concede on Queen. You got to concede on guys. You got to concede on. So what they do is to hold on all the other stuff. They'll say with the hair, "Oh, I just feel this way. I don't feel." All
the
of
whole
it.
house of cards comes down.
It's no big deal, is what they always say. No big deal is the easiest way for them to say, you making a big deal out of it. You crashing out. You ain't supposed to argue with no woman. That's another one. So if I ain't supposed to argue with a woman, why is a woman allowed to argue with me?
I agree with that. I agree with that. What you probably don't know about me because you don't know me, but Blanche and April and them, I don't believe in any of that Black girl magic and all of that. So Blanche, you're saying I gotta concede that it doesn't.
Yeah, but you said you was the daughter of a king. But you did say you was the daughter of a king. You might not believe in Black girl magic, but you believe in Black
Jesus.
Girl. About Jesus. She's talking about Jesus.
Y'all don't have to defend me.
Okay, hold on. But listen, I'm gonna say this right now, right? In my opinion, I don't believe that Carmen thinks she's a quote unquote Black queen. I don't believe she believes that. However, her stance on the hair is Black queenish, if that makes sense. Just like Crystal is, I'm sorry, Red Pill Brown Girl is not, she is not calling herself Black queen, none of that stuff. She's not. But her stance of feeling the way she feels is Black queenish. It is, because the Black queens do defend their crown, and their crown is the hair. That's the crown. It's the hair hat. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I knew this was going to be a touchy subject. Yeah. Everybody's not ready to have that discussion. Go ahead, Tommy. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just saying that I look at a lot of this as if we're big enough to put our very perceptive eyes on what other people do, we should also be big enough to have someone put theirs on us. Why do you think I go to any interview? I go to every interview and I don't let them tell me what they're going to ask me. I let them ask me what they want. You know why? Because I'm not lying. Liars need a script. I'm not lying, so you can ask me anything. When I went to the Hodge twins, they asked me what they want. When I was on the show with Vivica Fox, they didn't tell me what they were going to ask. They tried to ambush me. The girl who was on the panel ended up wanting to get with me because she couldn't believe that I was able to answer the question about her hair. She done dug into her hair and her whole scalp was tore up, but she still was like, I'm going to keep wearing the weave. Why you care? I don't care, lady. You can keep doing it, but I'm going to keep clowning you. If you don't care wearing the wig, why do you want me to take my video down? You wore it and was proud of it. If I walk out here with my Johnson out and y'all keep replaying the video, what I look like telling y'all, take it down, take it down. Well, you shouldn't have pulled your Johnson out. My grandmother always told me, if you're ashamed of what you're doing, stop doing it. If black women were so, if y'all had no problem with weave and wigs, why y'all get mad when somebody bring it up? Chris Rock talked about how black women got mad, and it was the saddest thing in the world. They went on Oprah in front of the world and said, we just mad that you exposed our hair secrets to the rest of the world. Lady, you think a white person believed that you had 3 plaits when you were 13, now you 14 and you got 33 inches of bust down? You really believe that they believe you went from black hair to blonde hair? You really believe this? Black women sit up there, oh, we gotta, and then they do that mesh and then try to put the color to make it look like they scalp. And then that girl will sit up there and pick that cheap wig so much that it looked like Moses himself came and parted that thing. I was looking at Jed Carmen JC. I was like, why is that thing so wide like that? It looked like a 4-lane highway going down the side of her head. But she's gonna keep on doing it. Just keep it. And I'm supposed to pretend I don't see it. And if I say somebody, then why you worry about my hair? You must be gay. Only men worry about hair. But if I say, but when Young Jock got that perm in his hair, every black girl had something to say about it. Wait a minute. Young Jock can't get no perm, but you walking around here with a Farrah Fawcett on your head? This is wild. Again, let me do a show, and I got Tom Cruise hair on my head. So I'm like, hello, everyone. Y'all would think I was nuts. The same group of people who do the same thing. If it's okay for you to wear this wig on your head, I should be able to walk around with the Leonardo DiCaprio. But you'd laugh if I did it. To let that sink in. I can't look like Leonardo DiCaprio, but you can look like Farrah Fawcett.
Y'all, Tommy trying to help. He really is.
Insane.
He is trying to help, and I think we're so focused on how it's making us feel, not the person he's trying to help us become on the other side. I will say that much. I don't think that was funny, but it's gonna fall on deaf ears because black women, we rebellious and they do what they want to do. Ain't gonna keep doing it. But
let me tell you something. Hold on. I gotta say this.
Say that they don't know how y'all feel.
Well, let me say this. She said that her father's the king, and bro told me she meant Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus was not a Christian. Do you know this? Jesus did not get to see. He wasn't a Christian. He was a Jew. No such thing as a Christian exists. Christians are people who follow Christ.
Yeah.
He didn't follow himself.
Right.
He didn't follow himself. Hence, he couldn't have been a Christian. He was just a Jew. All right. Christians came after his death. Not only after his death, but the New Testament is written in Greek. And the reason it's written in Greek was because the Jews who continued to follow Jesus were under persecution, and they couldn't write in Hebrew because they knew writing that would get them murdered. I'm a Bible scholar myself. So that being said, he didn't live to see what it was that he wanted to happen. So when you tell me it'll fall on deaf ears, well, Martin didn't get to see what he wanted. Malcolm didn't get to see what he wanted. Most of us, and as a matter of fact, Moses didn't even get to go to see the promised land, and he led his people to it. Hey, you might not get to see that promised land, and that's okay. They left people a lot of people know the story about being in the wilderness for 40 years. They think they just sat there lost. No, God had a plan. See, he knew if you let any of y'all from the projects like me, he knew if you let your cousin them move in your house when you done moved out the projects and you let them bring their suitcases and they live where roaches at, they gonna bring roaches to your house. They can't bring none of that.
Jesus
and you know what
lived.
God, and you know what God realized when them fools was making statues to Baal? Oh, we can't let them go to the new land because they stupid.
Right.
They stupid. And a lot of us got to realize you can't save everybody. As a matter of fact, the Bible tells you the number of people that's going to make it is very small. So when you tell me that it's a lot of women that won't listen, I know it is. But I know when I first started, I was the only nigga with a microphone that believed that YouTube was a show. Now it's 99,859 billion niggas that got a mic trying to act like they got something to say that somebody won't listen to. So I think I've started a few things. And I think another thing I've started is more brothers saying, these wigs and weaves look pretty stupid. And there's a lot of brothers. And when you see me, you see my daughter's hair natural. My daughter's mother's hair natural. My girl had natural. My mama had natural. And this wasn't always that way. They hated me. And I clowned them. You can wear whatever you want. I'm going to make fun of you when you come to the barbecue. I am. Tommy, you got cousin with weave. I sure do. And I clown her. I can't stop her from doing it. She can't stop me from talking about it. We both happy. You wear that weave, I get content. Keep doing it. But then what happens? They get mad at me. Why do you keep doing it? Why do you keep showing it? Well, if you're proud of it, you wouldn't mind me showing it because I didn't make this video. You put that video of you out there. I just reposted it and said what should have been said instead of what you wanted to hear. And let me tell you what love is. Love is when you tell somebody what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And I think there's a lack of love between black men and black women. Most black men fear black women and just want to sleep with them. We'll say whatever we need to do to screw you because none of us are trying to be in a relationship with each other long term. Why do you think that everything we do is about the short term? We screw, we find somebody else. Hell, Facebook exposed a lot of black women when they had them relationship things. I mean, you went from in a relationship, married to what was the one?
It's complicated.
It's complicated. I was like, how did that happen, lady? You was married at 8:00 this morning. It's complicated at 7 p.m. What happened? How did this happen? And that's what it was. All we do is screw. I live in Atlanta and Houston, home of the STDs, because all we's doing is screwing. The dude came into my barbershop today, and he told a story. I recorded it. He told a story about he light-skinned, and he screwed everybody in his apartment complex.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm good. I've been married 18 years. I don't know nothing about that.
Blanche, I tell them they get down.
That's what I'm saying. So nobody hears the truth because all I'm trying to do is sleep with you, if only for one night.
Same Tommy. Yeah.
Hey, I won't tell a soul. That's what we're doing. No one has to know.
Why am I saying
Let me hold you near and stick it in your ear. I think that's what it said. I'm not sure.
About that time. Yeah.
What I'm saying is all we do is we're not trying to build, because when you're trying to build, you tell people the truth. We had a saying when I was young. What would your parents tell you when you was young? They don't care what the neighbors do. They say if the neighbors' kids jump off a bridge, would you jump off? They don't care that they family let them do crazy stuff. So when you tell me why you care about hair, it don't matter. Oh no, you don't have to listen. Somebody will. If you tell the truth, the truth ain't designed for everybody. Matter of fact, the truth is less of an attractor and more of a repellent. That's a Thomasism. Tell me I'm lying. The truth is more. It's a repellent. It will not attract. That's why people don't tell the truth. They don't tell the truth on dating sites. Who go up there and say, I got herpes, holla at your boy?
Oh.
Who go up there and say I'm abusive and
I got herpes.
I'm on parole, holla at your boy? No one does it. So why not? If the truth mattered so much, why is it that women buy so much makeup to where you literally look like a new chick? And why is it that other chicks will come to your page, see you put up this picture that looks nothing like how you look in real life and be like, girl, you look good.
And they will lie to you.
What she look like. Imagine if Blanche put up a picture of himself and he had a sock in his pants. And I went and said, boy, your thing thangin', bro. I'm a clown for having a sock in his pants. Y'all actually give women credit for looking fake. Y'all do. She done painted herself up. She done Picasso'd her face.
What?
And you give her credit. Girl, you look good.
He said she Picasso'd her face.
Oh, yeah.
You bragging on the fact that she doesn't look like this. Imagine y'all giving me credit for standing next to a car that ain't mine.
That's
so it sounds like
going.
He's exposing the double standard, because if we saw y'all walking around with a sock in your pants, we'd be like, now I know you lied. I know you lied.
Y'all are making fun of when the guys get there, they go to the barbershop and get that fake hair put on their head. Y'all hate that.
And it looked like his
No.
real hair. And the only reason think about it, the only reason he go to the barbershop to get that fake hair put in his head, because God done made his ceiling missing. God done let his roof back. If his roof was still alone, he'd be all right.
I had a dude
cover your hair up and put somebody else on. And we don't cover our hair up. You ain't see no nigga with he bald in the middle. Now he done put Tom Cruise hair there.
I had a dude hug me, and I guess our faces touched. And my face, I'm looking at my pictures like, why do I have this big black stain on my face? I was like, this from your head?
Yes.
I was so pissed.
They call it, was it Beijing? I think it's
Girl,
what
that
it is.
happened to me in Tampa at the Student Action Summit. I went on stage with that thing on my face because somebody in the green room hugged me.
They was like, she looks
Think about how many times we men don't hug women.
With a little edge up, a little bit
From a
of
beard or their hair. I know I ain't gonna put them out. I know I
It's the
hugged
same
somebody.
thing. But it's the same thing with makeup. Not true. I was cheating on my girl. With this girl had a face full of makeup. Not only did my girl know who I was cheating with, but she had a whole picture of the girl, because the picture of the face girl was in the damn pillow. All this came off on the pillow. Every inch of this face. She was able to take the picture, Google the picture, and found her Instagram from the damn makeup on the pillow. That is ridiculous. Y'all can't hug niggas without leaving your whole face on his shoulder. He at least trying to color his hair black like it used to be. We want to turn back the clock. We just want what we had. Y'all want what you never had.
So is the argument that it's okay for y'all to paint on a hairline, but we shouldn't wear makeup?
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
I came up with a term like hat fishing.
Somebody's audio.
Here's my audio.
Like hat. Is that me? No, it should be me.
No, it's not you.
But I was talking about like hat fishing. Nigga put a hat on, like Neo. Neo got that hat on. He kind of handsome. He take that hat off, he look like a Ninja Turtle.
I think he's cute.
But y'all call him out. Don't nobody come to his rescue. What man goes to another man's rescue and say y'all shouldn't be worried about a hat? No man came to Young Jock rescue and said it's just hair.
Right.
If you call us out, all we can do is laugh. All we can do is laugh when we get called out. Every time. A deadbeat dad can't go around saying y'all being harsh. And he just missed one payment. Y'all always want to tone police men, but nobody tone polices women. Y'all say whatever y'all want. I don't want no broke nigga. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love. And them bitches, excuse my French, but they was broke. How you gonna say you don't want no scrub and y'all scrub?
Who are these women?
TLC said they made $30,000 a year when they were making all them hits. $30,000 a year.
And they don't want no scrub.
They don't want no scrub though.
I do believe that the way men come up, like I have this conversation with, my husband and like my guy friends. I'm like, the way y'all roast each other, like women, we could never do April. Like me and April, we will disagree, but the way men roast each other, I can never do it.
They are brutal.
Brutal.
They are brutal.
We're not brutal, we're just honest. Have you noticed, men, even our nicknames to each other are damn near insults. We call our fat friend Slim. They call my cousin Pig because he had a pig nose, looked like a pig, and he answered a pig to this day. They call me Chicken. My nickname was Chicken because when I was a baby, no hair grew on the side of my head until I was like 6. It would only grow on the fucking top. And they call me Chicken. I'm a grown-ass nigga now, 50 years old. Go to my mama's house. What's up, Chicken? Oh, shit.
Holy shit. I need to go record something and be productive. I love y'all. I'm a head on.
I gotta go. My girl said I'm here. She said this food get cold. I'm gonna throw it on the floor and you eat it off the kitchen floor. I said, damn. Should have never let a black woman in my house. What was I doing?
What was you thinking?
She didn't say that.
Tommy, thank you.
Now listen, that's why I tell people. I said I did what it is. I did it because I found a black woman who understood what I was saying. It is difficult. Like that somebody asked the other day, what did your daughter think about what you're saying? I said, she think I pay for her college.
That's right.
Touche.
Wish a bitch would say I don't like what you say, and I pay for you can pay for your own college. That Porsche you drive and let your mama pay for it. I repossess in a minute.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I do let her have her own ideas of what she say, of what I say, and I have to listen to it. But you can't just only love people who agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Why only want to be Jesus spent more time around people who were sinners than people who had themselves together.
True.
You can't learn from people that's only going to say nice things to you. That's why I go to places where people might be ready to ask me questions I don't want to hear. Because there's one soul that might be out in the comment section that understands. And there's also something I can learn. I tell everybody, everything that I know, I learn from somebody. I learn from observing. I learn from people. And the problem is, we're told in the black community when we're kids should be seen and not heard. And they tell us to be quiet. So what do we as kids can't wait to happen? We can't wait to get grown because we be like, once I get grown, you can't tell me nothing. Even Kanye West had a song. I'm going to get to a point where you can't tell me nothing. Ha ha, you can't tell me nothing. And we believe now that we've become such necrosis in our brain that once we've gotten grown, we don't want to say, you may have a point. I never thought about it that way. That's interesting. You don't even have to agree with somebody. So back to what you said, I want you to agree with me. Never. Make me prove my point. Question me once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Because if I believe it, I shouldn't get mad. I should be able to tell you. I should be able to explain it. And that's the thing that a lot of black parents can't do to their children when they question them. I grew up in a Christian household with pastors in the house. They used to get pissed at me when I would question them about the Bible. So I took seminary myself. You know what I found out? They didn't know a lot of shit. That's why they didn't want questions.
Yeah.
They would lie. They you know how many people lying about the Bible? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. The Bible said, no, it doesn't. It's not the Bible. People actually think these things are in the Bible.
Right.
They're not, but they don't learn the Bible by reading it themselves. That's why I always tell y'all, when y'all watch me, the first thing I tell y'all is look it up, nigga. Anything I say, I'm a liar. I might be lying. I don't care what come out my mouth. Go look it up and see if it's true. Why take the word of what people say? It makes no sense. That makes us lazy. That makes us not learn. We only become parrots. We repeat. How many of y'all who are conservatives, you talk to your black parents who probably are liberals. When you talk to them, what do you realize? What do you talk to them? What do you realize they do? Watch MSNBC all damn day and repeat what they heard.
And CNN.
You know, Trump stabbed somebody. When did that happen? He did. When? He did. Oh, you just up here trying to carry Trump's water. Oh, now you're going to insult me instead of just answer my question. That's why I was saying to you, red pill, brown girl, don't insult the person. Just answer the question. See where they're going. If someone says, well, okay, if you say that happened, when? Where? Why? People will get tired of trying to prove something when they know they're lying. And if you've ever been in a relationship, y'all know the person that's cheating don't like to be questioned about where they went. They'll get mad at you real quick, won't they?
Get mad. Start accusing you.
After about the 4th question, they gonna crash out. After that 4th question, they're gonna crash out. They're gonna crash out.
They're gonna be a real life crash out. They're gonna call you all kind of names. You ever sit them down? Like notice when they ain't doing nothing shady, you can see their phone and everything. Right. You can see the face of when they're doing something shady. And if you over there, why you looking with your looking now? They turn into Young Jeezy. Like well, wait a minute. And that's what happens. If you want to just, and all I did to the young lady, and I even at the end, I said, hey, we can move on past it. That's why I kept telling her, I said, wait a minute, you told me we could move past it. I told you to come up with a topic. You still didn't want to do it because you were so bothered by what it was you felt that I did.
Yeah.
So you can't let it go, but I can. because I got what I wanted out of it, which is if we're having a discussion about hair, I really am saddened, and I will leave that conversation with this. Black women always say, well, no woman is happy with their hair. Cool. I agree with you.
Mhm.
Asian women want hair like white women, hence they dye it blonde. They keep their hair, but they dye it blonde. Even black men wanted hair like white men. They used to get Jerry curls or they would wear the conch.
Mhm.
White boys like John B. wanted their hair like black dudes. Hence, they would cut their hair to look just like black dudes.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one race who nobody envies what they have. And black women know this when they say it. That's why they argue this. You don't see them white women running around fighting to get hair like black women. You don't see them buying 4C hair. Hell, black women don't buy 4C hair.
Right.
You don't see them doing it. And it hurts their feelings that everybody does want to do something that somebody else does. Because black men, I'm sorry. Yeah, like somebody said, Malcolm X, he did it. Black men, we actually have become sex symbols without a land or power. We're the number 2 picked men on the planet. White men are first.
Right? That's
We're
crazy,
second.
right?
Asian men got their own countries. It's insane. And that's why black women inherently have a hatred towards black men. You ever notice conservative black women will get a white man in a damn minute and nobody says a word. A black man gets a white woman, he's a coon automatically. Now, how is it that I must hate myself because I put my penis in a white woman, but you don't hate yourself when you stick an Asian's hair on your head? That doesn't make any sense. You literally can't sit up here and tell me I'm a self-hater because I like white women, but you're not a self-hater when you're trying to look like white women.
Agree.
I look like myself when I'm fucking a white woman. I don't look like no white dude. When I get through, I'm still black. I have never caught vitiligo sleeping with a white chick. But you on the other hand, you've decided to change your look to compete with this woman. Think about this. These fools went and asked for the Crown Act just so they can keep wearing weave.
Crazy.
What the hell? No one told you couldn't wear your natural hair. The Crown Act
Nobody.
is
Tommy, nobody said that, Tommy. Nobody said it, Tommy. Nobody
said that.
Nobody said it.
And there's so many other things that we should be legislating in brown communities that, like, to the fact that they went out of their way to get that passed. And I'm just upset about the school systems in these communities. But
yeah, and I talk about that like that when I was talking to her about when I was glad she brought up what I did for my daughter in school. She just wouldn't let me explain it because it was like, okay, you're in my wheelhouse. I was one of the first people. I did a movie. Y'all can go check the movie out. It's called The Fatherless America, and it's on Amazon Prime. I sit up there.
Man.
Huh?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it
Yes,
too.
on Amazon Prime. I guarantee it'll make you cry. Everybody who watches it said they cry.
Okay.
The reason why is because I'm very straightforward to people, but I do give you the ability once you open up. Because you got to remember, what did Jesus say even when he took the woman and the woman was out there in the middle of the street and the men was ready to stone her? He called them out first.
Yeah.
But what did he say to her? Go forward and sin no more.
Sin no more. Yeah.
You can't keep doing, I can't keep saving you. Well, in the black community, we keep saving black women from themselves. We'll stand up because she picked the wrong dude, and y'all will argue when a man stands up and says, well, I don't date single mothers. There's no other race on earth that get mad when a YouTuber says I don't date single mothers but one. Why is that? Because every other woman understands if I got kids by somebody else, it's harder, and it should be harder for me to get a man to come in and take care of somebody else's seed. Black women think it's normal. Black men are used to being with a chick with kids.
Yeah.
Then it is sad. We're told it's normal, and if we don't want it, what's the word they use? They use this word a lot. A real man, dot, 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 dot. A real man don't argue with women. A real man would help a woman take care of kids. A real man, and here's what we have to ask ourselves. How the hell black women know what a real man does when most of them were raised without a real man in the house? An actual man. I mean, a physical man. He wasn't there. But you going to tell me what a real man is. But you know what you never hear out of black women's mouth? What a real woman would do, but you're an actual woman. You should know what a real woman does before you ever know what a real man does. You should be preaching about that. What the hell I know what talking about what a homosexual do, but I claim I'm a heterosexual. When it comes to what heterosexual people do, I don't know. But boy, I know everything a homosexual do.
Yeah, that's true.
You look
I
at
mean,
me like I'm straight.
no, I agree. I agree with you. And Blanche and I, we actually talk a lot about that. And like I said, you don't know my content. I'm a nobody on the internet. I just do content because I truly do feel like my message can be taken to a lot of Black and brown women, but I recognize what you say, and like with the whole weave and how it portrays that I don't like myself. I get it. I do.
Well, and look at the damage it does, though. Most
Mhm.
girls who use it, and I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about you, where you would change it. How
Mhm.
many girls have the fact that they have a term for this thing called traction alopecia? Don't you know that's willful baldness?
Mm.
You're doing it to yourself on purpose.
That's crazy.
And then claiming about the condition that you caused.
Mm.
That is insane. I understand if it's times you want to switch it up, you want to wear a wig every now and then to get cool. Whatever you want to do. But when it becomes an addiction to where we're giving billions of dollars, like you just said about education. Well, if you cared about education, you'd know that billion of dollars you put in Asian pockets so they can send, because all that money you send to that Asian to get that Asian's hair, they send their kids to school.
Right.
Yeah.
You took that money that you could have sent your kid to school with, but you cared so little about your kid that you didn't care not only that they didn't get their education, but you also didn't give a shit about their self-worth. Because if they see you with your hair like that and they see their friends at school who are not Black with their hair like that, they feel real alone. Not low self-esteem. They just feel alone. They feel like it's the same way with a PS5. If everybody at school got a PS5, what your child gonna look like not having one? If everybody at school got a cell phone, what your child gonna feel like not having one? We know that that is what people do. Hell, I remember learning how to do that damn dance with Soulja Boy. Why'd I learn how to do it? Because everybody knew it. Look, I look like going to the club and I don't know how to use. Yeah, why the hell I look like not being able to do that? Just standing there looking like a dummy. Hell no. I'm gonna learn it too because I want to be a part of this thing. A lot of what the human experience is wanting to feel like we belong. Why do you think so many people took to the internet to make shows? Because they wanted to feel like they belong. They wanted to feel popular too. They didn't care if only 5 people was listening. At least somebody was. The 5 people would turn to 10. Then they would start to feel what they didn't get a chance usually to feel in high school. Like they mattered, like they belong. And I understood that. I always used to stand up for the small guy. I hated to see people get bullied. But then I also hated to see that a lot of the people that got bullied, soon as they got a little bit of attention, guess what they turned into?
Turn into bullies. Yep.
Andrew Tate actually says that. I love it. He said, I actually believe that y'all deserve to be poor. Like I think you deserve exactly what you get.
Yeah. There's a saying in sports, you are what your record is. How you gonna say we should have a better record? Well, why don't you?
Right.
We should have went to the playoffs. Well, why didn't you? We could have won 4, 5 Super Bowls, and yet you've won none. We have to ask. Black women are the most engaged people on earth. Ask a Black woman. I've been engaged 3 times. Huh. And never got across the finish line, huh? How you keep getting engaged, lady? 3 niggas
Tommy,
got engaged. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, Tommy. What do you think the issue? Why do you think Black women can't get married? I'm curious.
Oh, I said it earlier. I don't think they want to. I think
Oh, you
they
didn't
see,
want to. Okay.
because you remember, I'll say this. Haven't you heard black women? One, you'll hear men tell you that ring on my finger gets me more cat than when I don't have it,
Yes,
because
they
women
do.
don't like women. If women like women, 90% of cheating would stop. You
Yeah.
know that man married. You know he got a girlfriend. You know he live with somebody. You go there just to spite that woman. Women will come to your house and know you got a woman and leave their drawers. You know what men do? I don't leave my Jordans under your motherfucking bed.
Yeah.
I don't ask you to let me leave an extra toothbrush. Fellas, tell me if I'm lying. Women come to your house always with extra shit. You know what I come to your house in? What I came with. I wear everything as soon as I leave. You gonna be here 3 days? Wear the same thing 3 days, lady. I'm gonna leave here smelling like ass. I'm gonna go home. You should bring some. I'm good. I'm good. But women, I just bought it because I didn't know how long I was gonna stay. Yeah, that's just an excuse to you start leaving shit in my house.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Hiding stuff under the bed and just everywhere. Random.
Especially if we want you.
Man.
That's
Women.
it, exactly.
In the kitchen cabinet, I'm like, what?
I
Hair
told
flipping in
Blanche,
the kitchen cabinet. Girl, what you doing?
women,
How do you panties end up in my freezer?
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
women
But that's what I think. Women have, black women, and you can hear them say it a lot. They say they'd rather be the mistress than the wife. They see there's more value in being a mistress than the wife. You watch them online making fun. He might be your husband, but I such and such with him. And they're proud of this. But what I believe is, honestly, when you're a loser, sometimes you try to make losing sound like winning. That's why when you realize you couldn't be a wife, you accepted being a wifey.
Right.
You accepted being a boo.
My mom says when
They
the
even
fox
accepted being a bitch. Go ahead.
I know I'm saying
Say it again.
My mom calls it when the fox can't catch the grapes. He says it's sour. You remember that old? It's like an old saying. It's like when you can't.
Yeah, they got an excuse for why they can't win. That's a good saying. They got an excuse to when they couldn't get there. And again, people think I'm hard on black women. I tell them, well, because I care about them. Just like Jesus was hard on the Jews. The Jews hated him. Why you keep talking about us? Matter of fact, it was so strong that when the woman came and told Jesus, hey, why don't you try to, save us? He said, would the master feed the dog feed the dog before he feed his family?
Yeah.
And she had to say to him, well, even the dog will eat the crumbs off of the master's plate. And at that moment was when he said, well, you know what? There's a lot of faith in this person because they believe, hey, I'll wait my turn.
Right.
That's what she was saying. I'll wait my turn. If that's it, if this is what you came to do, I'll wait my turn.
I'll take
and that's a powerful statement. Yeah, I'll take the scraps. And if you think about it, because his agenda was, my people, the Jews, are not living up to what I know they're supposed to be doing. And that's how I feel. Black folks, we are not living up to what we're supposed to be doing. If you think about the civil rights movement and everybody who died and fighting in the North and the South during the Civil War, Jim Crow, those people in the early 20s, they were wearing suits everywhere they went. They knew you didn't want them to build a house, so they built one anyway. During slavery, they knew they didn't want you to get married. They knew you could die. They could kill you if you got married. They got married in secret. Marriage meant that much to them. It means this little to us.
Crazy.
Yeah. You're right.
So that's why I speak to
that. And you know what's crazy too, Tommy? Black women make up 6% of the population in the US, but they account for 85% of the hair market. Think about that. 85% of the hair market goes to 6% of the women. That means all the other women account for 15%. Think about that. White, Asian, Hispanic, all account for 15%. Black women at 6% account for 85% of the hair care market. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And we should say, and that's why, and then for the young lady, I do understand what you're saying. It's just hair. When you think about it in the small amount, it is just hair. But if you notice, I look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is just like when you're trying to stop someone from being an alcoholic. If you allow it's just, they go right back into the addiction. When we allow it's just, you just open the door up for the addiction. You need to cut it off. Stop giving these people this money that we could be using. Do you understand the disposable income that blacks in the United States have makes us the 7th largest country on the planet? That's how much money we have and generate. Yet what do we do with it? We give it right back. We do not collect it. We don't
hold on to everybody. I mean, Asians, we get that money to everybody gets that money.
Everybody but us. Have you noticed that we'll sit up there and get mad at McDonald's for not serving us correct, and we'll go right back to McDonald's after they done did us wrong? But a black company did you wrong. Not only will you never go again, but you will put up a YouTube video, a TikTok video, an Instagram video, and an X video telling your other black folks don't go either.
Yeah.
Y'all see that fat girl went to Zara, got mad that Zara had it closed that only went up to size 12. She was a size whatever. Remember what she did? She used the shorts and made it a tube top, but kept going.
What?
They won't. Yes, she said they didn't have her size. She still went in there because she wanted to shop at Zara and bought the skirts and used them as a tube top. Still spent your money at a place that you was complaining about, that you said don't treat. Black women will sit up there and say, the club won't let dark-skinned women in. Well, why are you trying to go in? Why are you wanting to give them your money? We the only people who beg people to take our money and refuse to give it to our own. If you know Asians don't like you, why you keep buying their hair? They don't respect you enough to take money out your hand when you pay them. They tell you put it on the counter. They do.
Yeah. But Tommy, Tommy, they do the hair and the food. They clean both ways.
And the nails.
So the nails, the food, the hair, the fake clothes, they do it all, Tommy. They get it all. They get it all.
And don't like you at all. Don't like you in the least. But you okay with it because you don't like yourself.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever see that
when you don't like me? That's normal. You don't like me. I don't like me either. Why do you think most of us end up in abusive relationships and walk away from loving ones? Because we're used to the abuse. Wow. We think that if somebody think we beautiful, they lying or something wrong with them. You'll stay with a man that tell you you're ugly, you're fat, you're old, and they'll tell you every bad thing about you, and you won't leave him. Because you're used to the abuse.
Wow.
That's why I was telling that woman, as much as I was abusing you, you should have left. Why would you stay on this show and I'm abusing you, lady? If this is what you feel I'm doing, why won't you leave?
She called you back to just be like.
To keep arguing, not say I'm sorry. I give you credit. You calm down. You calm down, I calm down. You remember what they say about women? One of the things that women, their superpower was what? They can soothe the savage beast. That is your power. Your superpower is supposed to be to talk a nigga down, not make him want to choke you. Black women's superpower to make you finish. I was just thinking about choking you, now I'm choking. What you gonna do then, nigga? I did a video the other day. A black woman told a black man who pulled a gun out on her, she said, what you gonna do? Shoot me, punk? Shoot me, punk? You done made him have to shoot you, and he did, and I was glad. Get down, bitch, you won't ask no more. Leave people alone. If I'm a grown man, I think I'm pretty strong. You pull a gun out on me, I'm gonna say, this little light of mine,
I know.
I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, my wallet over there. You can have all of my money. I'm gonna give you everything you want. I ain't gonna sit up here. What you gonna do, nigga? What you gonna do? Black women literally talk to people that way. Tell me I'm lying. They will sit up there and tell you what you gonna do, punk.
Yeah, I had to grow out of that
because they're used to the abuse.
Yeah,
you're used to the abuse. You get wet. Tupac had a line in his song. He said, bitches get wet, niggas die.
That's a
Tupac
cold line.
believed that these women get off on it.
Wow.
And it's true. They like to see men fight over them.
They do.
Why you
They
think
want
rappers
to
always talking about fucking your bitch, never his bitch? These are the gayest niggas on the planet. You always want to sleep with somebody else's girl, huh? That's why I fucked your bitch. I guess.
It's so embarrassing.
How my dick tastes, sir? I mean, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you. Why do you want to do this? But they want to do this because they were raised in this situation that, man, I got yours. And it's like, ooh, but you could have your own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're lacking in the love department because most of us don't love ourselves. And it's very difficult to love someone else when you don't love yourself. That's why it's easier for us to be mean to each other. I don't talk to y'all or bring y'all on my show. I go on y'all show to be mean. I do go on there to get a point across because God gave me a certain amount of breath and one day I won't have it.
Well,
so I better get out what's important.
That's going to be for some time. You said you're 50. What? I say you said you're 50. You look good. You look good.
Oh, thank you. I just know, look, hey, they're going to come a time when death happens. I never thought when I was young that I would see this. I grew up in the projects. I thought seeing 21, I thought was impossible. I'm so happy. And then when people say, well, you look good for your age, I'm like, get a little money. Everybody should look all right. I'm going to tell you why, because I went back to my neighborhood. I filmed it. I went back to where I grew up at. Them niggas had 3 teeth left.
Hold on.
And we all grew up together.
Capitol Homes?
Hey, all gone. Gone.
From Atlanta? You're from Atlanta.
Yeah. Born and raised.
I'm from Brooklyn. So I'm with you with the hood. Like,
yeah, so they looked and I watched and I said, they never left. A lot of the people never left. Mm. And I thought, what made me different? Because I wanted different.
Right.
But what made me want different? I got lucky and surrounded myself with different people who showed me things I had never seen. That was a blessing. Because a lot of people were so afraid. Have you noticed? It's a lot of people in Atlanta ain't never left Atlanta. It's a lot of people in DC ain't never left DC. It's a lot of people in Harlem have never left Harlem. Yeah. Black people, when we go to airports, most of the time you see black people at the airport, they work there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's sad. We need to be on them planes just like them. We need to be flying and going places just like them. America's one of the most beautiful places. I think it's the most beautiful place on earth. Get in your car and drive somewhere. Go see this country, man. Right. See almost everything that you can see in the world in the United States. Travel. Travel will make you not as closed-minded as you are. Make you think you don't know everything. Because once you start seeing some shit you ain't never seen, you realize, I don't know nothing.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I was. I was basically like that. Like growing up in Brooklyn, like you don't see like even Manhattan, like you call ourselves like hood rats and you just only stay on your block and only, so when I kind of got out, no credit to my own, I was a really troubled teen. I had to really like learn and learn that there's just a bigger and a greater world out there and even my journey through conservatism, like I always start by saying I started being a conservative in 2020. So I don't claim to like, I still struggle with some stuff. I tell Blanche, I'm like, it's the residuals. So when I say I'm not Black, it's not because I don't love Black people. I'm trying to detach myself from the behaviors that I used to indulge in and I still indulge in. And I recognize how that like hair can be one of those. So.
Tommy, no one ever asked
and a lot of things. Look, I don't tell people that. Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you a question real quick before I forget. You never get asked, they'll talk about how you treat Black women, but how have they treated you throughout your life? How have Black women treated you throughout your life? Because people talk about it from one side, what you do to them, but how have they treated Tommy from day one to now?
Well, you know what? That's funny. like one of the insults that you get as a black man when you do voice what black women did. What did they tell you? You hurt. Who hurt you? They said as a joke. Why are they not trying to go get who hurt me? Do you think they'd ever make a joke out of a woman being hurt? Imagine a woman was talking about something and she had been molested or raped as a kid. We was like, who hurt you? And make fun of it. She was beaten. Who hurt you? But they would never do it, but they do it to us men. That's another reason why I say they don't care. 10 years old, I was molested by a 25-year-old woman. I told my mother at 19, she laughed. She laughed. She thought it was funny.
Oh
Yeah, she thought it was funny. I told people when I first came to the internet that it happened, and they told me, I knew this nigga was gay because he didn't like it. Whoa, would you have ever said that to a 10-year-old girl who had a 25-year-old man mess with her? No, you wouldn't. But then we the same old dumb niggas that every time we see a woman a boy get molested, I wish my teacher did that. Only a lame says, I wish my teacher did that. That means you wasn't getting none in high school and you trying to relive your high school through that boy. Why would a grown man say at 40, I wish my teacher had done it? What, you own a time machine? This doesn't make any sense. This is how desperate you are for a woman that you now wishing when you was a teenager this had happened to you instead of this way. So again, that's another thing. I remember my mama telling me, look at you looking like your black ass daddy, your ugly ass daddy. Well, you slept with this black ugly nigga. Well, I don't understand. He must not have been too black and too ugly for you to lay down with him. Then you had the physical abuse, beating children, hitting them. Then as a black boy like the Baltimore riots mom, that boy was 19 years old. That woman went and hit this man on national TV. He was 19, 6'3". I remember telling people when I saw that she embarrassed that boy in front of everybody. And guess what that boy ended up being? In jail for murder. Why?
Are you serious?
Because he had to spend the rest of his life proving he wasn't no punk because you went on national TV, beat that boy. Then all them white TV stations brought you on talking about, she's the riot mom. Giving you kudos. Do you think white people would have brought a white woman on and gave her kudos for beating up her child?
No.
Nope. They'd have called it abuse.
She'd have been condemned. You're right. Yes.
But they knew that was harming the black male image, harming his head. I said it before it happened, and I knew it was going to happen because that boy lived in the hood in Baltimore, and he was going to get called all kinds of punks and laughed at because of what his mama did. And this is what has happened to me and others. I've been in relationships with women. I always told people, I've had good women, but I've also been treated horribly by some women. Had a woman lie on her brother, twin brother, say he died so she can go out and have sex with somebody else. Got pregnant by that guy. Came back to me when she was 6 months pregnant, telling me she was sorry.
Oh,
and
no,
asked me to come
no.
back.
Oh, no, no. That's crazy. Yeah.
Crazy as hell. The girl had no money, had no nothing. Put money in the girl pocket, and the dude she had the baby with, all he had was light skin. He was broke, didn't help her with nothing. Then she kept, after having the baby, had the nerve to even try to refer to the baby as mine.
What?
You know, saying that the little girl liked me so much. I let her watch you on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
You gonna force me to like this baby, huh? You gonna force this baby. You gonna, because you got a fat ass, and she did. After you know that baby.
This is serious. I'm not supposed to be laughing. This is terrible.
I know he get us all in the mood, and then he just
Listen, I was taught this way. What make you laugh or make you cry?
Yeah.
I try to put humor in things because I know it gets deep, and a lot of times I hit other people, and they're going through it. Mm-hmm. So I open myself up because I know a lot of people, especially men, can't open themselves up.
Yeah.
That's why we die 10 to 15 years earlier than everybody else. We suffer in silence. No one cares about us. Yeah. So we have to, I try my best to give men an outlet. No one does. No one gives us an outlet. Right now, I'll leave y'all with this story because I do got to go before I have to go beat this woman up. But this is a true story. There's a guy named Xavier Worthy. He's a receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. He went to jail for a weekend because he was with this girl named Nia Jones. You can look her up. She's a Nike athlete. He was in the Super Bowl. She was at his mansion fucking someone else. His neighbors told him, every time you leave, she brings a guy here and sleep with him. He went and looked at his video and saw it.
Ooh,
he told her, you got to get out. When he told her you got to get out, she called the police and said he had beat her up. They put him in jail for the weekend. The only reason he's not still in jail or on trial is because the video showed that she lied.
Mm-hmm.
After exposing that she lied, Nike didn't drop her.
What?
She's still on. She still go to her page. Go to her page right now. Still a Nike athlete. Still on the Olympic team. Did not get dropped. But my boy Ray Rice, he had one incident and he never ran the ball again. And the woman was hitting him before he hit her back. A man would have look what they did to what's his name, and he was running from the bitch, Jonathan Majors. He was running from the lady.
No,
Him.
like, and they convicted him. I was
Still
like,
got convicted. That's crazy. That is
But let me tell you what I saw yesterday, though. After all this happened to Xavier Worthy, because he had got suspended from the team, and if he didn't have that video, he would have lost his career. They showed a picture of him sitting up there with his mama, and his mama looked just like him with a weave on. Don't believe me? Go look.
I saw
Look just like him. It's just scary. But he was doing all this for single mothers and helping them.
I saw it on your page.
Yeah.
Yep. But he took no money to help black men who had been falsely convicted, because that's the problem with black men. We love black women even when they don't love us. Sha'Carri Richardson, the police came and showed her the video of what she did and said she was going to get arrested. What did she do? He be beating me. Told on him. Did he leave? Still with her. Then she drove around driving 100 miles an hour here in Atlanta. Well, I mean in Florida or Atlanta. I think it might have been Atlanta. The police pulled her over. This dude drove from where he was to drive out there where she was to try to stop her from getting arrested. Went to jail. For a woman that don't want him, who said to them white men, fuck you, nigga. Y'all saw that video of her arrest?
No.
Go watch it. It's disgusting. She said, fuck you, nigga, and don't you ever call me again. I don't want to have anything to do with your black ass. And then turn around and talk to the white cops like she was white. Put on the white voice like my grandmama used to do. I remember my grandmama picked up the phone one time. I called her. My grandmama said, hello? I said, hey, grandmama. Oh, nigga, it's just you. I said, what the fuck?
Hey, he ain't lying, boy. He ain't lying.
I can't get the white voice.
He ain't lying.
You said, why can't I get the white voice?
I was expecting the call. Listen.
The white voice sounds so sweet, Grandma. Put that one back on.
Boy, that told changed so quick, boy. Listen.
Oh my God. No. Oh God. I agree with you that men are just mistreated. Sometimes I don't know how to fix it. I feel so powerless sometimes, just in that fight. But I stand in solidarity with you. I may have defended the whole weave thing, but no, with that, I think that is so important what you're talking about, because I think people don't care about men. That's why I love Andrew Tate. I think Andrew Tate and you have a lot in common as to how you guys approach things. It's like no one cares about men and the issues that they face.
Look at how the women tried to get him up.
I know. And people still
I tell people I just have a distrust of women. And I know I just have a distrust of women because women, I've seen them take away so much stuff from people.
Agreed.
They've taken it. Brian Banks spent 6.5 years because a girl did not want people to know she slept with him. She got paid $1.2 million by the school for getting raped on campus. Come to find out, she lied. She was not forced to pay the money back. She was not forced to go to jail. But he spent 6.5 years in jail, lost his NFL career, and he's gotten no retribution. Nothing has happened. He just go, but he finally got married a little while ago. A couple of years ago. He put up the pictures of him and his fiance.
She white?
In the comment section, black women went off on him, called him a sellout because he was with a white woman. Well, when they asked the question, who hurt you? He should have said, a black bitch did. Hence, that's why I'm not doing it again.
I know.
They should have understood it. They should understand how right now Dwight Howard got, y'all didn't see Dwight Howard's hard-faced wife?
He got married?
You didn't see what his wife did? Done got a whole bag of cocaine. I'm going to send you the video. She got a whole bag of cocaine talking about this what Dwight Howard be doing. He be sniffing cocaine.
Why would she do that?
Dwight Howard, the ex-basketball player Dwight Howard.
Yes. You see the people in the comment section are telling you, yes, she's an idiot. She sit up there and did this, and they've only been married for 14 months.
Oh my God.
14 months.
Listen,
She tried
Tommy.
to ruin this man's life. Yes, and sniff the cocaine on camera, big dummy.
What?
Stupid. Because he was out in LA, if you watch NBA, he was out there getting commemorated by the Lakers. Okay. Yeah, and they were, and of course, he probably did what niggas like us do sometimes, don't answer the phone and shit. And so I'm out here cheating. So you went nuts, went to the internet with a bag of cocaine.
Like Left Eye, like everybody celebrated Left Eye burning this man's house down. It was like, and she only spent like what? She spent like 5 days in jail, if anything. Like, had that been.
And here's what we black men will do. Every one of those police videos y'all watch, whenever the black woman tear up his car, beat him up, steal his money, as soon as the police come, what does he say? I don't want her arrested.
Yeah.
So sad.
We never want to hurt y'all. We love y'all way more than y'all love us. Black men love black women way more than black women love them. You got men that will fight me because I talk shit about weave. You ain't got no women wanting to fight another woman because they talk shit about man weave, because they talk shit about deadbeats, because they talk shit about little dicks, because they talk shit about them. There's no woman that want to whoop your ass because you got a bad opinion about a man. But there are men who will beat you up if you say you don't like the type of woman he want, which is weird because if you love black women, why you ain't married to one, but two, if you love them, you should be glad I don't want them.
That AI video with the AI officer that you put in there, that was hilarious. You were like, y'all want to fight me over AI?
Yeah, they're like, this woman ain't even real. You're gonna beat me up over a fake female. And them niggas was ready for it. You just mad because you get too look for all that ass. Get you a white woman, leave our women alone. You mean AI?
Blanche, you be saying that Blanche say them men, they love them butts. They love them butts.
That's why so many of these, but that's why, and I gotta go out to this, but that's why I keep telling people, a lot of these niggas is gay. Yeah. If you like ass that much, and I live in Atlanta, why do you think it's so many trans men that ain't got beat up, ain't got exposed? Tommy, nothing's happening to them.
Tommy, they walking around freely. Tommy, they walking around without a care in the world.
Without a care in the world.
I'm talking about they be the manager out of a job. Listen, they are in every part of society in Atlanta with no problems. None.
At all.
None.
That just there's some straight men sleeping with them, and then they get bold and get on Twitter and tell you that's why they starting to go off on black women now. That's why I look more like a woman than you do. That's another reason why I don't like weave and makeup. I just want you to think about this, Red Pill. If what you do to feel like a woman is put on a wig, put on makeup, and wear short clothes. If you get breast done, butt done, everything on you is fake. Black woman has become the easiest woman on earth to imitate.
True.
Because if everything on you is fake, anyone can do it. Yeah. Why do you think you got songs where a woman rapper said pretty like a transgender?
What?
Are you nuts? Yes. Look up the list. Have you people in the comments say, that's why I always tell people, check me on anything I've ever said. You'll find out I never lied. That's why out of all these years I've been doing what I'm doing, notice no one has ever said I lied.
Tommy, did you see that song where it says titties at the top and on the bottom? There's a whole song called "Is at the top and dick on the bottom." Titties, like it's a song.
It's a lot of girls here in Atlanta who are doing OnlyFans pages, and on their OnlyFans pages, they are having intercourse with the transsexuals.
What?
They don't mind doing it. That's why the STD rate, when they keep trying to tell you about down low men in Atlanta, no, sir. They're upfront whores is the reason why there's a problem. Do you know how many? Did you know in porn?
Tommy, hold on.
Yes, they're actually physically laying with a guy with tits. There's no such thing as chicks with D's. There's only guys with tits.
They're having sex with transgenders.
Yes, and getting pregnant by them.
Wow.
Flame Monroe, the comedian, has I think 3 kids.
Yeah, Flame, that's crazy.
Several of them. They used to sleep with what's her name? T.S. Madison used to have sex with men and women. Black women have no problem, but you got to remember, black women are also the same people who do ghetto gaggers. Well, the white guys would pee on them, slap them, punch them.
Ghetto gaggers oh my goodness,
bro! There's a girl who refused to come on my show last week. You know why she said she wouldn't come on my show?
Why?
She said because I was trying to make her look bad. You know what I was going to ask her about? Her being on ghetto gaggers. Wait a minute. So those white boys got a video of you doing the most disgusting thing in the world, and you don't believe they made you look bad, but you believe a black man asking you about it was making you look bad. That's how little respect they have for us as black men, that they will go do ghetto gaggers and then come right back to being with one of us. And we don't say, well, you've been with a white man, I won't be with you. As a matter of fact, look in porn. In porn, there are white women who will say, I will not have sex with a black man. There is no black woman who says I will not have sex with a white man.
That is true. You are right.
And lastly, in porn, did you know out of all the porn stars, the white ones, less than 10% have gotten pregnant while doing porn? Did you know 40% of the blacks do?
Are you serious?
When the last time a black woman A asked you to use a condom or B was on birth control while asking you not to use a condom? Most black babies are oops babies. I wasn't fucking to try to get you pregnant. I was just catching a nut and you got a baby.
I got caught up. She lied. Talking about she was on it. And
that's what I'm saying. It was a girl I was dealing with. I'm a nigga. I do some wild things. I got a big penis. God said I'll make some money off of it. So here's what I did. You can go see it. You can go see it. It is. They kept talking about it. I said, let me make some money off of it. Money got to be made. It got to be made. So I'm sitting there dealing with this chick, and this chick was like, oh, then whatever. I went back and looked at her page because we used to, do whatever we used to do. I went back and looked at her page. She up there twerking with a pregnant. I said, So not only did you get pregnant by somebody you was doing content with, but you kept it. Now you're having dudes' baby. How many of these OnlyFans chick do you see that done got pregnant by dudes they was just doing content with?
Wow.
What kind of crap is this? And they don't care. They keep doing their OnlyFans while they pregnant. So now your baby get to see you with 39 different niggas, and they get to see how they was conceived. And you don't care. I remember I kept sitting up there looking. I said, I know I done dodged the bullet. Good thing I'm an old man with a vasectomy. But I just sit up there. I'd sit up there and play them too. I let them laugh in their face. I think I'm pregnant. I said, you might need to tell the nigga who got you pregnant. I had a girl cuss me out because I did that to her one time. I said, I had a vasectomy. Fuck you, you black ass nigga. I didn't like you anyway. I said, yeah, but you tried to blame this baby on me. You sure did, didn't you? Got your feelings hurt. Thought you had a free check, didn't you? Just imagine if you know you got a free meal in your hand and you dumb enough to screw it up. At least that Mexican girl who was with Dak Prescott was smart enough to get 2 kids by him. Now, he was smart enough not to marry her when she wouldn't sign the prenup.
Yeah.
But she didn't have kids that he go around and then get a DNA test and that ain't his. Did you know 56% of all babies that are tested when a black man finally gets a DNA test, 56% of the children that are tested are not the man's.
56%?
56% of all tested kids in the black community are not the father.
I believe it. I seen it with my own eyes. My mom,
God,
mom
oh,
said it's been like that. My mom is 75. She said she knows so many stories of even it happening back in the day. Nothing new on
That's a saying. Did y'all have that? You heard that saying, mama's baby is daddy's baby?
yes.
That's a saying. That lets you know hoes been hoes for a long time. My grandmom used to say, a wet pussy shouldn't equal a dry purse.
Your grandma said that? Dang. Your grandma said that?
Hoes been hoes for a minute.
Yeah, that's what my mom knows so many of like
Sure
people
do.
that she's like, oh, that's not the I'm like,
It's not
what?
new. This is not new. It's just open now. The internet make everything we used to have underneath, the underground, is out there now.
Sheesh.
So, but I'd love to talk to y'all again. I gotta go. It done got 12.
Tommy, thank you so much, Tommy, man.
We got 3 hours in. I appreciate y'all.
Yo, we friends, and I appreciate the rebuke, and I appreciate the correction, and yo, you got mad respect, mad love.
Y'all, we fought through it. That's what brothers are supposed to do. Y'all don't know me. I don't know y'all, but part of getting to know people, what does the Bible say? It talks about iron sharpening iron.
Yes.
Can't all be candy and it ain't can't all be candy and nuts.
For sure.
I appreciate y'all.
God
Thank
bless
you, Tommy. We love you. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
See ya.
That was fun. That was fun, Blanche.
Listen, man.
I was glad we got through that. Like I was, because I was like, I don't want to, continue fighting, and I appreciated he allowed me the grace to be able to do that.
But you see, Crystal, remember you said something. You said that she couldn't de-escalate. And so at a certain point, you're like, let me be quiet.
Yeah.
And then once it came back around, Tommy actually respects you, though. You know what I'm saying? No, he does. He does. He does. That's why he wasn't, when it came back around, he was talking to you like you would be his daughter, or, saying something like that. So, or maybe sister.
And I'm not that far from his age,
maybe his sister. Maybe his sister.
But I think I come across as like younger, so he kept saying like young lady. I'm like Tommy, I'm almost as old as you.
You look young. That's why. So yeah, you look young. So, but I'm glad we got. And again, you like Crystal. Don't do it.
I appreciate it though. I appreciate you coming in, because you like stopped it. You were like, I'm gonna save this live.
We ain't finna do this. Listen, but I think it was a great show, Crystal. Think about this, Crystal. This is our third live.
Yeah, this is our third.
Think about this. In 3 lives, we got Tommy on the show. Think about that.
That's dope. And I really actually like him once he really got his message out. And that was kind of, I didn't want to make the same mistake that I accused Carmen of doing, is just kind of making it go left. So I was trying to read him. And I was like, okay. And I really said a prayer. I said, God, help me, like really help me to just soothe him. And I'm glad that he was receiving of it, because sometimes you do that and some people don't receive it. It's just like you dead. And so I was like, I pray that he receives it. And so I'm really glad that was really good.
And I also think that he gets a bad rap for not being a caring person and not being a genuine person. I think he did almost 3 hours with us. He don't even know us.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do this, and he did it. So I'm like, people got him pegged wrong because, like he said, the truth is a repellent. So people get offended by the truth versus allowing the truth to correct them. But I don't know. I just think I think it was a great show, because I'm so excited. I'm just so happy we get to do it.
That was exciting. Did you see the comment in one of your posts? Somebody said, y'all need to just keep this going. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, Blanche, we need to go like live, and maybe not necessarily maybe every, like have a cadence to it. But
Yeah.
I definitely think you and I have a very, we have some, like, we get each other. Like I literally, y'all, I'm a fan. So I fangirl over Blanche and I fangirl over April. So I'm in hog heaven right now, and I didn't want to blow it. I'm like, here I am with my my people. And so being like, I've always felt connected to you, like in a way, like I'm like, I feel like of everybody who on the internet, every conservative that talks, like I'm like, this dude, he gets me. And so I'm really grateful.
Yeah, Crystal, I think we got something special, man. And everybody in the chat is saying, try to get Frank Zanu.
Who that? I don't know him.
He's they hate him too. He's like the African guy that talks about Black culture and.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. He actually taught me. I actually went and watched a couple of his videos. I didn't know his name. But he actually taught me what happened with South Africa and how they gave up the land to the Black people, and in record time it was a ghetto again. So we got to get him. That'll be a good one. That'll be a really good one.
But Tommy, man, listen, man. And it's crazy, Crystal. I'm such a fan of Tommy's, and I'm just like, to have him, I'm like, in real life, in real time, on the show. And
I'm definitely a fan too. Like, I think he was able to at least get his message out, at least explain. And I have like a lot of respect for him. I always had respect for him. I didn't quite understand him, especially with some of his content, but I get it. Like, I get him, and I think that he is important. He has an important voice in the Black, community. So, definitely, he's you the truth, Tommy. If you're watching, y'all, he's the truth.
And also, Crystal, he's telling the truth because he got deplatformed so much.
Oh,
Think about he's probably the first person that we even knew that actually got deplatformed, demonetized, like all of the D's. He was getting all of them back then. And so, of course, he's telling the truth. And I feel like, and I always say this, talking about Black culture and critiquing Black people is the fastest way to get censored.
Agree.
And I believe it. And I believe it's because Black culture is what controls Black people, and then Black people influence everybody else. Black folk get everybody to crash out for them. They do. And they have the influence. And so I think that's what, to me, put Tommy on the radar as far as being a target by this quote unquote system. Probably you, me. I mean, I guarantee your views and stuff, my views are affected by the actual content. Mm-hmm. And especially now that I'm getting like notifications again where, oh, you said this and this, and they're saying we had somebody review your video live, a real person. So now they're specifying, saying, oh, it wasn't AI, a real person reviewed your video and said it's inappropriate. So I'm like, how are y'all combing through a 1 hour video and tell, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are y'all, who has the time to do that?
Exactly. And it's all fake. And I've gotten deplatformed off of TikTok. I mean, like, just propaganda. But you know what's so crazy is titties at the top and at the bottom is not deplatformed. Like, that is, you want to see it, Blanche? It's on YouTube. It is on. Pull it up. Go to YouTube and Google titties at the top. and that's not deplatformed. It's vulgar, like utter, like vulgarity. It's called no up front, or something like that. Oh. No up front.
No up front?
No up front. Like the K no. Because she's saying, I just want to let you know up front.
Oh. Oh, okay. No upfront. I'm not. I'm a man.
Yeah. And I thought about that when you were talking about the whole deplatform. I'm like, but this stuff is not being deplatformed.
What's the artist's name though?
It's no upfront. Hold on, let me see if I put the link in the chat because it's that disgusting. Hold on, I forget who told me about it. It's called No Upfront. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you.
I see Sunky.
Yeah. It's this.
Sunky Angel.
Yes. And she has a performance of it, or maybe they took down her actual, because her actual video was up there, but she got a whole bunch of performance, and maybe you can mute it. No, it's here. Hold on, let me put the here. I'm about to. You could. Oh, she even got a version. You could do. You want to do the country version?
Oh, it was the country. Okay, I saw that country version video. I saw that video.
No, it was one that wasn't a country version, but I guess the country version they let it go. But no, seriously, like let me see if let me go to her. And it's crazy, and I'm like, she's not deplatformed at all. She has plenty of subscribers. Do you see it?
So I see Stunky Angel, but I see the upfront country version.
You can share the country version but you might want to just
he has a jazz version.
Yeah, and you might want to, like, I don't want this live to get taken down. So
I know, man. I don't even want to play because they're gonna try to.
Yeah, but y'all, it's so gross and disgusting. Like, hold on, I'll put it in the chat. Here it is. It's not. Yeah, it's not taken down. It's not taken down. It's probably not in the search, but let me put it in the chat, y'all, and y'all can go view it yourself. Here, I'm about to. Yeah, hold on. It's so bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna watch it offline and see. But so we're approaching 3 hours, y'all.
I know. For hanging in there with us, y'all.
I think it was a great show, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in. Oh shoot, I forgot about these super stickers.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, read the super chat.
Cruise Missile, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Always supporting. And Will, reparations for a shout out from Tommy Sotomayor. This stream is fire. Thank you, Will. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was a good show, though. I think it was a great show.
It was cooking me. Y'all was cooking me in the comments, and I don't appreciate it. And I was watching it, and I don't appreciate y'all saying my laugh was annoying. They were like mute Crystal's mic for the rest of the show. And I didn't appreciate it. I really didn't, but it's okay. I heard y'all and I stayed quiet.
She did. Listen, she did. But you know what? Honestly, but he even said it though. It's how you get to know people.
Yeah.
It's how you get to know people. Like, and this is how you develop an actual friendship, actual bond. You know, you go through a little tension and you get over it.
Exactly. Laughing at ourselves, and I really purposefully, and I mean that I have so much respect for him. I wasn't purposefully trying to. Let me say this. I wasn't trying to disrespect him. I was purposefully trying to jab a little bit because I felt like he was jabbing. But I'm glad that he forgave me, and me and Tommy, we friends. That's the homies. That's the people.
That's the homie.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, Blanche. Thank you so much for the Blanche community, you guys. If you are not already subscribed to Red Pill Brown Girl, go on over there and support my channel. But yes, definitely, Blanche, we gotta keep this going.
Oh yeah, man.
Can you
Yes.
put it? I can't put it in the chat. I
Which
put
one
it
you
in the chat.
Red pill, brown girl.
No. They're looking for the link to the
See? Oh,
I put it in a private chat because I can't put it in the public chat. So I just asked Blanche to do it.
oh, you in the private chat? Okay, let me go. Let me go to
It's a mess, y'all. Somebody said that laugh gives me a stomach ache. Crystal's laugh is so hilarious, y'all.
Ain't no wrong with your laugh. They just be extra.
Y'all, when I'm telling you, I'm having a good time. When we on this live, I am having a good time. Or else I wouldn't do it. Blanche, we don't get paid for this, do we? We don't get paid for this.
I got $20.
We don't get paid for this.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this because we having a good time. And so we love you, Tommy. Blanche, I love and I appreciate you. I can really like call you friends. Thank you so much for inviting me. This was fun.
Listen, you all. This was Crystal's idea to have the first show, which got Tommy to even comment on the video. So this is her brainchild. Because I wasn't thinking about commenting on the show. And then she was like, let's do it. And so we did. And look what it led to. It led to a great, I guess, show / interview with Tommy.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? Honestly, I don't want you, like, I laugh because I don't want to make it seem like we're just going up here just commenting. We really are looking at this from a different lens. So when it's not really to create drama. Like Carmen, JC, if you willing to come talk, baby girl, we'll talk.
Yes.
Just don't be coming trying to clown my friend, because now me and Tommy friends. So if you come on here, you better come correct.
Right. And we don't have a problem with Carmen, JC. We don't have a problem with anybody. Yeah. These are objective critiques of these situations, and maybe she will come on. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have a show though. They have the New Black America show. We can go on that show. Maybe we can go on their show.
What's that? I never heard of that.
Her and another young lady, they have a show. It's called New Black America.
Oh, well, we not Black, Blanche.
We can go on the show though. We can go on the show.
Oh God, yeah, no. Okay, yeah. What you want, Carmen? Y'all tag Carmen in this live.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag her in this video, but I don't even think that Tommy had a real problem with Carmen. I just think he wanted her to just concede, and I don't think he had a. There's another thing too, Crystal. People think because you're being a person that's challenging you that they don't like you, and that's not true. Sometimes people challenge you because they do respect you, and they want to get you to a certain point. So we gotta stop taking these challenges as personal attacks. They're not. Yeah. They really aren't.
Agree. I think that's fair. All right. Well, good night. We done said good night a couple times, but good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. We love y'all.
Shit, love you.